冬の運転心配ね。あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスガードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. EO RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ。小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティーズ。
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
冬の運転心配ね。あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスガードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブンやる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. EO RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチオグラレーシングクラッチ ORC
Motive.
The brightness, called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, all around the world and everywhere that's present right now to the G-Shock Presents Formula Drift Japan Round 3 here at Sportsland Suga in the Miyagi Prefecture. I'm going to be your host, Kenny Harris. Alongside me is Robbie Nishida.
How you guys doing? Good morning, hello, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to everybody all around the world. Thank you for tuning in with us. Back again here at Sportsland Sugo. Now we're going to go into Formula Drift Japan. Not the FDJ2, but this is the Formula Drift Japan series. This is, which round was this?
This is going to be round 3. So we already had round 1 in Suzuka Twin Circuit. And then we went to Ebisu for round 2. And now here we are at round 3, all the way up north in the Miyagi Prefecture at Sportsland Sugo.
It's been a little while since we had the last round, but obviously we're at a bigger track this time. We've been here last year, which was the first round, and it was really exciting, and there was a good turnout. And thank you to the weather, how it's holding up right now. It's nice. It's actually too nice right now. We're getting beat up on by the heat.
But yeah, besides you, let's go ahead and talk about our...
We'll talk about all the guys over here right now. So we got Kenny right here. I'll be one of the judges and also a commentator, and we're going to go ahead and try to explain to you what's going on the track and off the track, and maybe joke a little about some things here and there too. But Sugo, this is the second time, like I said, this is an international track. Very huge place. It's like 2-point-something miles. How much was it?
2.3 miles. It's a well-known track. It's one of the largest up in the northern part of Japan. So definitely amazing track. A lot to do. There's 4 different tracks here also that they provide, and you can see right here a little bit of the layout, how it's all set up. If you were tuning into FDJ2 Top 16, you got to see firsthand how this track is set up, all the outer zones that they have, and the challenges that it presents to these drivers.
Yeah, and I'm glad that this track is back into getting drift events going on, because I remember there was a blank time there's a time period where the track didn't really do any major drifting events, and it's been years. So I'm kind of happy to be able to come back to here and to be able to bring this sport back to this area and this region. This is the Tohoku area. We're up north, the northern Kanto area, so we're probably about 4 hours away from Tokyo or so. And the famous Ebisu circuit is probably about an hour south of here.
And as you can see, we have spectators. So last year, this was round 1. We had to bump the season back a few months after, and in August we started round 1 here at Sportsland Sugo, and we had 0 spectators. We had 0 spectators all year round, and this is the first official event we're having spectators. So this is awesome in all areas of it.
Yeah, and today is the qualified day, and earlier we did have the top 16 battles for the FDJ2. But yes, having the spectators, I bet you it's gonna get the drivers more rowdy and excited to be able to show off in front of all the guys that are here to check out their skills.
So yeah, first off, we were expecting a little bit of bad weather, but you know what? It's done a blessing for us.
Yeah.
And we have today, we're going to be having 44 drivers competing for the top 32 spots.
Yeah, so whatever that's up above there, like it's either we're going to beat you down with heat or we're going to get you wet. But talk about the track. Let me go ahead and explain to you how the layout is today, and it's very similar to how the FDJ2 event was going on. But here you go. You see the starting line. You see the Formula Drift Japan gate. The drivers drive from there through the chicane. The lead car for the qualifier will be leading on the right side, as you can see on the screen right here. They will initiate at the 3-2-1 cone, and they have to initiate. The car has to be in some kind of drift motion by the last cone standing, which is the 1 cone. And as you're driving through, you have to have maximum amount of angle and also have a nice flick to get style points. And stay on throttle as much as possible. Get back on throttle as much as possible. Stay on throttle the whole track. So I've seen cars going through the track with full throttle going through the outside zone 1. And there's 2, 3, 4. There's 4 outside zones, and it's pretty much a transition in between the outside zone 2 and outside zone 3. And depending on how deep you are over there, doing the transition from outside zone 2 to 3, that's pretty much how it's gonna play out, where you're gonna be able to make it all the way out to outside zone 3 and 4 and finish out the track strong towards the right of the track. I said track, and my voice cracked?
No, you're good. But like you were talking about, going from transitioning from outer zone 2 to outer zone 3, we claim that our danger zone, I guess you can call it, because that transition right there creates that smoke trail that's going to lose the drivers in that.
Yeah, and then we're going to worry about the tandem battle and the smokiness and stuff tomorrow, because everybody's going to be driving by themselves. They're going to run 2 single laps back to back. The style judge has 40 points, which is fluidity and commitment. That's 20 points each. The line judge is going to have 30 points, and the angle judge is going to also have 30 points. Total of a 100-point run. It's very, very difficult to get a 100-point run, but it's possible. We've seen it happen in the past. But what I think the drivers should be gunning for is to get the highest score out of everybody here. That means do the best run as possible. So right here we see that is Saito's A90 Supra actually going out to the burnout box. Here you go. You do see some of the guys that are here. Thanks for coming out. And also for you guys, thanks for tuning back in with us. We are about to get this show started.
And if and if you're just tuning in, we do appreciate that also. We appreciate all the fans out there. It's awesome to actually have spectators this round, get a little bit of life out here and show the true support that these drivers want to see.
Here you go. On the screen, you see this must be the first competitor that is going to go out there. It's a C33 Laurel driven by Hidehiko Sugita. He is the first guy to try to get a score for the qualifier run, and that was our burnout box that is past that Dunlop bridge that we have. Oh, and then look at, check this out. From the last year, they changed Sugo because I guess this pit lane, they renewed a lot of the pits and also widened this road. So this actually affected the straightaway on the main straight where the drivers would be driving through. So it actually made the road slightly wider, I think like 2 meters. They pushed it 2 meters back or something like that. So
definitely a beautiful track, definitely well taken care of, and definitely has its challenges. Just like you were explaining, coming out of the chicane, they're going to come up to 3-2-1, and that's actually a, uphill battle coming up to outer zone 1 and then coming back downhill to outer zone 2 to 3. But then it narrows up at outer zone 3 to get to outer zone 4, where it takes that 90-degree turn.
Yeah, and I think that's where it's a little intimidating for some of the drivers, and they want to kind of pedal back on the gas. But you can't do that because the car's going to lose a little bit of angle and momentum, and that's where the car's not going to be able to go where the drivers are wanting it to be. So you're going to have to throw as much as angle, so you're going to have to stay on gas as long as possible. Try to go in really deep onto the outside zone 2 and make a nice quick flick transition going to outside zone 3.
And there you go. You can see some of our sponsored booths right there. And in the far distance, you'll see us up top of the hill. We have the bird's eye view. We can see all outer zones and every area on this track. So let's see. Getting these drivers squared away. But like we were saying, there's 44 drivers today, so we'll be running through 88 runs. So it'll be a nice long qualifying day. And we have all types of vehicles today. Like Robbie was just saying, we're going to have a C33 Laurel as our first one. Then we're going to go into a brand new Supra S15. We got JZX 110s, JZX 100s. Name it, pretty much we have it. I mean, it's all pretty much what you've seen throughout this season. And as you can see right there, that Dunlop sign drops off about 200, 300 feet, or 200, 300 yards down, and then there's the burnout box at the very bottom of that hill. And they got a dual burnout box so they can run 2 cars at the same time to kind of expedite everything. But right now they're trying to square everything away, get everything planned out, and get these drivers ready to go.
Yeah, the burnout box is really, really far from where we're at right now. I think it's like a good 10-15 minute walkway down there, and then like you said, coming back up from that burnout box is a pretty steep hill that I think if you're into exercising,
dropping it was like the end of the world.
Yeah, that's right. When you look at it from here, where the Dunlop bridge is, it looks like that's where the world ends, and it's like the end of the world. On the other side, there's nothing there. It's like a cliff.
Yeah, so along with this beautiful weather, we're going to actually have the drone team out here supporting and giving us the best view in the house, which is the high above the sky, or high in the sky, I should say. But yeah, very excited for today's run. And actually, come to think of it, we're actually coming up on a long dry spell right now. So our last event was round 2 at Ebisu West Course, and that was back in June 5th and 6th. So we're looking at 9 weeks later, here we are today. I know, FGJ2 kind of fills mine and Robbie's schedule a little bit to kind of cut in between that, but still, 9 weeks later, these guys are coming out and ripping. So, we'll have to see what they really did on the off season with their vehicles and with what they've done to keep up with their skills. So that's 63 days ago that we had our last competition.
That's a long time ago. Hey, good to see you back here, man.
I know. What can I say?
And good to be back in front of you guys. Here we go. This is going to be the first car that's going to be doing their qualifier run.
So like you were saying, it's going to be number 219, car number 219, Hidehiko Sugita right here in this worker with 5X, C33 Laurel, coming into outer zone 1, wrapping around into outer zone 2, and then picking up some speed here into outer zone 3, and finishing off into outer zone 4. Very subtle and very subtle run there.
Yeah. A kind of a low energy entry, but then everything else looked very smooth all the way up until he got into the transition from outside zone 2 to 3, I believe, right here. Very nice throttle right there. Doesn't make it all the way out to the outside zone, but right there, there's a little wavering on the car. I would have to look into that as a style judge, since I am looking for the fluidity and commitment on the car.
So like Robbie was talking about earlier, so Yoichi Imamura is going to be doing angle today, which is 30 points. Then we have Ryan Lontaine judging from afar, doing line with 30 points. And then you got Robbie Nishida himself. He's going to be doing style, which is 40 points.
Yeah, so that's what you want. That's what you want to do. You want to get a score. First run, make sure you're in because you do have 2 tries, and I guess that would be a good way to start off your 2 qualifying runs, because you don't want to end up with a very, very low score or even an incomplete for the first run.
True.
That's going to put you on the edge for the second run, so
yeah,
nerve-wracking.
With that Laurel, I meant to add in there, it's actually RB powered, RB25 stroke to an RB20 or 2.6. Beautiful car, beautiful build, and it's awesome seeing the older cars out here. So getting these scores in. So yeah, getting with Ryan Lontaine from afar. Getting his scores in. It could be a little... We had a little issue earlier, but hey, we squared it away, and that's what we're going to do here for this run. But yeah, as we were talking about earlier, so it's been 9 weeks, and it was at Ebisu, our last event, and what was crazy is the way it ended. If you didn't see that event, go check it out later on when you get a chance on YouTube. But that event was crazy. It actually ended in a crash, which put Koichi Yamashita as number 1, Junya Ishikawa as 2, and Tadahito Fukada as 3 for the podium guys, and it was insane. Ishikawa actually pretty much T-boned Yamashita after coming around outer zone 1. Very intense, very scary, and wasn't the way we wanted to end that day, but you know, things happen, and that's what it panned out to be. But Yamashita's team put his car back together, got it squared away, got the roll cage all squared away, because the impact was so bad that it bent his roll cage and everything, so it was pretty intense. But his team came together in that off time and got his car squared away, and he's planning on taking another podium because he is our points lead right now. He's sitting at 211 points right now, and he's pretty much leading the pack pretty far. He's about 90 points ahead of the next individual, which the next individual actually is unfortunately not here today, which is going to be Katsuhiro Ueo. And he's sitting at 120. So you got Yamashita at 211 and Ueo at 120 right now. And then trailing a little bit further than that is going to be Tetsuya Hibino in his 4-rotor twin-turbo S15 sitting at 108.
So the first driver, Hidehiko Sugita, gets that 77. He's got the score in the books. So I'm pretty sure he's going to go for a higher score for a second run. Let's see what the borderline is going to be today, but it's usually around late 70s, early 80s or something like that. But it really depends on how hard these guys are going to be coming in. Now the wind is getting really, really cool. I'm loving it. But I'm not going to say it. Once again, I'm not going to say anything about the weather.
Yeah, we need to get past this day. So here we go. Next up is going to be number 328, Shinichiro Saito, and it's Car Guy Racing A90 Supra. This is a new vehicle from the last event, so we're going to see what he is going to throw down here, coming into 321. Swinging around into outer zone 1, definitely missing a huge chunk of outer zone 1, real shallow in that, along with being pretty shallow in outer zone 2. And a very hesitant transition in outer zone 3, so very rough run by him, but I know he's just testing this car. He's breaking this car and getting all the kinks out of it, and it's never easy testing it at different tracks every single time. So still trying to dial it in and get it squared away to where he wants it to be.
So there's not a lot of wavering or anything, but right there it looks like almost like a two-step initiation where he kicked it out, then he had to throw a little bit more angle through there. Not a whole lot of acceleration throughout the track, and right there too he had to actually try to make the car kick out a little bit of angle as well. So not too much of a, or kind of a low energy qualify run right there, driven the A90 driven by Saito, but maybe he's just taking it easy just for the first run to get a score instead of making any major mistakes. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be getting a score for that first run. And like you were saying too, yes, it's pretty simple to watch. Like, let's say if the car is not stable, if the car's movement is very slow, if they look like they're just kind of floating through the track without getting on gas too much, if the car is far away from the outside zones, and if the car doesn't run so much angle throughout the track too, those are the factors where the car is not going to be getting too much of a high score. So you can also, there you go, the car,
there you go, 68
just got a 68. So you two out there watching the live stream, you could also play judge, try to join us and see how you guys see it as well, how you see the competition with us.
So there you go, 68 for him. Coming up next on the line is going to be number 22, Atsushi Wachi, and the Team Professor Auto S15. Beautiful car, beautiful build. And when I say beautiful, like, you have to see it in person.
Yeah, this guy is an ex-lowrider guy, and now he's full on into drifting and building drift cars, so the car is beautiful. Let's see how he's going to do.
There he comes, coming into outer zone 1 right here. Get a little touch in the outer zone right there. We'll swing around to outer zone 2 and getting a nice breeze into that one.
横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスガードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブン。やる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Freddy Galspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、オグラレーシングクラッチ ORC。
Motis.
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
冬の運転心配ね。あ、あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスガードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブン。やる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
19 Hidehiko
close to an incomplete, but that will not end up being a high score there because that was a pretty major mistake that he made.
And another thing, right there where he dipped that tire, that's a dangerous spot to dip your tire. It drops about 2 to 3 inches right there into the dirt. There's a little rut created by all the practice runs and everything like that. So definitely not where you want to be, even though you could see kind of like where the lines have been, but not that deep into that zone. Or it's not really a zone, but that portion of the track. So we'll see what the scores are tallied up for Watanabe here with the JZX 110 Mark II. A few of our spectators.
Yeah, and I think he's a rookie for this year too. He joined the FD Japan series this year, so hopefully he could put together a cleaner second run. But we'll go ahead and see. Oh, there you go. Everybody's waving. Some of the people that are standing by, out by where outside zone 3 and 4 is, right there.
59 right there.
All right, 59.
It's a score on the board, but definitely needs to bring.
Yeah, because I mean, how many cars do we have?
44.
We have 44 cars, so that means you guys get to enjoy 88 laps of drifting. So do we.
We get to talk about 88
We get
laps.
to talk about, yeah, and I get to judge 88 laps.
Exactly. So
But
next
only
coming up is
1/3.
going to be 330. Sasayama Shigehisa.
Uh-oh.
Struggling right there. Coming into outer zone 2. JZX 100 chaser with Team M2 Racing. Definitely had a little bit of commitment issues there too.
Yeah, and I think he couldn't get into commitment because I don't think he was in the right gear or whatever he was anticipating to do at the straightaway. At the entry, it looks like he misshifted or something happened with his transmission, and he struggled to even go to the 3-2-1 cone right now. So that's that kind of probably affected him a lot on his performance right now. Usually he does a really good job, but then a few mistakes that he made is going to hurt his score.
Yeah, definitely going to impact him, but we'll see. Like you said, it's a run. It's a score on the board for the first one. Second run, they'll be coming all out.
Yeah, and I think I was hearing Imamura talk about it right now. He was doing really good during practice, but practice is practice, qualify is qualify.
There you go, 70.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do what you can do. You're gonna have to do what you can do at qualify. So
you're right. So coming up on he's already at the line right now. It's going to be number 37, Katsuhiro Meguro in the Eisen Good Ride Kyushu. And the JZX
right.
100. What's up? In the JZX 100 Mark II.
You looked unsure the way you said it. So.
Got an evil look to it right here with the vent on the right side of the vehicle coming in right here to 3-2-1. Nice initiation. Sweeping into outer zone 1 right there. Full sweep into outer zone 1. Rolling around into outer zone 2 with a nice clean transition to outer zone 3. But it looks like it was a little early there. Leaving outer zone 3.
Man, that was a pretty good run all the way up until he got close to outside zone 2. It looked like he lost mojo or something getting up to outside zone 2. He did miss a big part of it, but let's go ahead and check this out. Pretty nice flick right here by Meguro, and fills outside zone 1. Very nice. Look at that. Perfect outside zone 1. But after that, he comes a little short. Then he does a transition way too early, cuts too short, almost has to correct completely to make it around, but he didn't. He did. He grabbed his E-brake, grabbed onto life right there for it to keep drifting, and he made it work. But not going to say that that was a clean run.
And you're going to see right there, that's going to be the continuous issue that we're going to notice is outer zone 2 to outer zone 3. Whether it's hitting those zones or transitioning from one to the other, they're going to affect their lines, which is going to affect their layout of where they're sitting for outer zone 3 and then finishing off in outer zone 4. We got some scores shooting out. We got 70, 76s. So we'll see what Meguro will achieve here for his first qualifying run. 64, there you go. 64 for Meguro right there. Had a lot of mid-70s votes on that. So next is going to be 41, Shinichi Uemura right here in the Team Hirano Tire, Uemura Sangyo IS.
Yeah, I guess Uemura Sangyo is
Here he comes, coming through with the JZX 100 Chaser. Come a little subtle into outer zone 1 right there. Swinging around into outer zone 2. Nice stint in outer zone 2, but looks like a little early into outer zone 3 right there. And finishing off strong in the outer zone 4. But yeah, outer zone 3 has been the continuous issue in the last few drivers. And you can see how much of outer zone 3 has been destroyed. It used to be grass there, but now it's all dirt.
Yeah, so I would say a very subtle run. I like how he made it the rate to angle high, but after that, a little wavy throughout the whole track. He was almost unsure. There you go. There's another wavering right there. And this is probably the line judge's portion of it. But then it doesn't look like he was filling the zones as much as he was supposed to. And it doesn't look like he was running a high rate of angle throughout the track too. So I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't too high of a score, but I wouldn't say anything until, there you go.
There you go, 76. '76 right there. We're waiting for these drivers to make us, wake us up, get us some excitement in here.
And this guy might do it. This is Kazama.
Kazama doesn't mess around, especially the popping and craziness going out of his car.
Yeah, so I guess he has a flat shift sequential system that he just put in, and it sounds cool going down the straight because it's like pop, pop, pop every time he shifts. But
yeah, he's obviously with Team Cosmo with power vehicles.
I guess he's gonna have to call a 5 because I guess look right there, his piping is off on the intercoolers. He's gonna have to go and fix that.
Yeah, they're gonna have to square him away. Looks like he's gonna take his competition 5 timeout right there. Oh, that's rough. So he was telling us earlier he actually had issues last night. He had a wiring issue yesterday from practice, and his crew stayed there the whole time to fix it. And now he's running into this issue. It's like continuous mechanical issues he's had all weekend. So it's very rough for him. Hopefully he'll get back here. Hopefully his crew can get his car squared away to get back on the track and make his qualifying run. If not, then he'll be getting it incomplete, and he'll have to wait to do his. He'll have to just wait for a second run and hopefully get high enough score for that. So there you are. You can see his crew hustling to try to get it squared away. Bam, they started the clock. He gets 5 minutes. You get one competition 5-minute timeout per round. So moving on.
Yeah, man, I mean, car issues. And you know what sucks is that you're going to have to use your competition timeout so early in the competition.
So next is going to be Kanta Yanagai in the Team Orange Junior JZX 100 Chaser. This is actually a new car for him. He was actually in an S14 last round and definitely brought a powerhouse in this time for this big track that he's racing at. And man, what an awesome run right there. Definitely gave us a lot more dynamic and a lot more flair than we were waiting on. It's a young driver too. That's insane.
That was a very good run. A lot of throttle throughout the track. Very nice. That's pretty much the way we want to see it. Right there, good rate to angle at initiation, nice flick. He fills the outside zone 1, fairly nice angle throughout the track, very stable. Right there too, I like how he flicked it, but right there, right after he was coming out outside zone 3, a slight waiver, and I will have to dock him for that as a style judge, but overall, a very energetic, high energy run. And this guy is he's like a 21-year-old or something. And he used to drive for Formula Drift Japan a couple of years ago with a different team. Now he works at Ebisu Circuit now. So now he's with the whole Team Orange crew.
There you go, 87.
Team Orange Junior. There you go, 87
Our
points.
leader right now, 87 points. Amazing run by him. It's funny because we talked to him last year. And then here he is this year in the
He's back.
in the competition. So it was pretty awesome talking
back,
to him.
yeah.
He was working at Ebisu when we went there for round. I can't think of it off the top of my head. And then we were talking about drifting and everything, and he's like, he'll be back in the scene, he said, and sure enough, here he is.
Yeah, and talk about young drivers. The next driver is car number 408, Shoya Saito from Car Guy Racing. He's driving his dad's old 180SX with the 2JZ.
Yeah.
He used to be competing in S15 with the SR20 up until last year, and now he moved up with more power. Now he's slightly getting used to it, but this also is a young driver. I think he's like 18 years old or something.
Yeah, and this is a powerhouse. It's a 3.1 liter 2J, pushing about 900 horsepower is what he was telling me. So it's pretty insane. Right now in this 180SX. But here he comes in a 3-2-1, initiating, coming around into outer zone 1 right here. Oh, wow! That's not what we want to see, but he's going to go and finish off strong here. But definitely had that huge correction in the outside zone 1 right there. And so, like Robbie was saying, this is his father. He pretty much adopted it from his father. His father's now driving the A90 Supra. So they're both kind of getting used to the new platforms that they're messing with.
So right here, I really like how he flicked it out, but it looks like he rotated. Now he's going all the way out to... Yeah, I was looking. Yeah, I was about to say if that was an incomplete or not, but it doesn't look like he lost drift, but very, very shallow up really bad. That's going to hurt his score a lot. And he was trying to get it together, put the run together afterwards too, but it looked like he had a hard time getting back on track how you anticipated to make that run.
Yeah, and he was real shallow in the rest of the zones coming through. So definitely that huge correction threw him offline to get through the rest of the zones where he wanted to be. But let's see if he'll be able to get a score out of that, because that was a very close call, and these judges have some hard decisions to make for this run right here. Let's see. But yeah, like I was talking about earlier, there's outer zone 3. There goes 61. So he did get a score for that. Put down a 61. And it looks like Cosmo was able to get his crew was able to get his car back out there. So Team Cosmo with Power Vehicles was able to push him back out there and get him his first qualify run. And it looks like you see the piping put back on, squared away for his JZX 100 Chaser. And like Robbie said, you're going to hear a lot of popping and screaming. He's actually running nitrous too, so it's pretty intense car. But we'll see. Looks like he's getting the cue for the start. Should get a run right here, and it should be a pretty intense one.
So now he gets a clean start. His car is working in proper...
2-1, coming to outer zone 1 right here. Taking all of outer zone 1 right there, coming into outer zone 2. Real shallow into outer zone 2 and transitioning over. And definitely had issues transitioning from outer zone 2 to outer zone 3 right there.
Yeah, the rate of angle going from one side to the other at in between outside zone 2 to 3 was actually... it wasn't so good, and also the initiation too was more of a slow e-brake dragging style, but he does a great job on outside zone 1. He does miss outside zone 2, and right there I think he was trying to throw it out a little bit more, but the car did not rotate the way he wanted to, but he does get a score on the board. So let's see what the other judges has to say as well.
Yes, and all this chat on the live chat, all these drivers y'all are naming, they are coming up. They'll be coming down the line. We got like Andrew Gray fans, we got Yukio Fausto fans out there. So definitely they're coming up. But till then, we're running through the rest of the list. Let's see what this score is coming in for Kazuma. Getting a few guesses at mid 70s to low 60s. Very huge range there. There you go, 70. So a little bit of mixture in between. So Cosmo will be rolling out with a 70 on his first run. Way better than having incomplete and having to come in with all the pressure to get some points on the board. So next up at the line is going to be number 23, Yuji Saito in his Team Next Dream with Total Car Shop Glitter VR S15. Powered by a VR38. For the 3-2-1 cone right here. Coming to outer zone 1 to see. Oh, a little shallow in the outer zone 1 right there. Swinging around to outer zone 2. Nice dip into outer zone 2. Left a little early in outer zone 3 right there, but taking out that finish cone.
A lot of commitment. It looks like he is running outside a wide line and slightly wide line throughout the whole track, which is what the judges are wanting to see. Pretty exciting driving. There you go. Nice rate to angle at initiation. Nice angle carried through. A good job going outside zone 1 or going through outside zone 1 and outside zone 2. And right here leaves outside zone 3. A little bit of shallow angle and a bobble going to there, but finishes wide on the right. He does knock over some cones. I think that's a tire off on the outside, but a fairly good run, an exciting run by Saito.
So we'll see what these judges have to say for him, but definitely get more and more exciting as we get through this lineup. And that's definitely a powerhouse underneath that hood. S15 powered by a VR38. There you can go. See the more drivers getting ready to come out. One at the line right now. Anticipating this score. There you go, 84. Saito with an 84. Looks like it's our second highest score right now on the board.
Yeah, so Yanaguida is leading right now with the 87, and second comes Saito with the 84.
So next we have number 25, Masataka Kawashima right here in the Team M2 Racing.
And he's driving the GR Yaris. He was entered the last event with the 890 Supra, but he is using that for T1, and now he is going to compete FD Japan with this car. This is his FDJ car.
So this is FDJ car. And you know what's insane? This car was built like this in 4.5 months roughly. Coming in outer zone 1, about two tires. And huge correction right there. Kicking out another pylon and ripping through. Oh, took a little bit of damage in the back too. But yes, like I said, 4.5 months was about the time period to get this car squared away and on this track right now.
All right, so that's going to be an incomplete because he did do almost an opposite drift going from outside zone 1 to 2. But look at the way he flicked the car. I like the way he tried to carry the angle all the way. It looked like he kind of over-rotated, so he kind of messed it up right there. But I would have to say that this car might be a better car for him than the A90. Looks very exciting.
It's
I like the way
machine.
he initiated. Oh, yeah. And you guys would be surprised. This thing looks like a really, really small car, but I was checking it out, and I did the whole my feet measurement, but I think the wheelbase on this thing is pretty much the same as S14 in like the 240s.
Yeah.
So definitely going to be a very good drift car. I think they just have to dial in because it is a new car. Nobody's ever really tinkered with it before.
It was pretty intense. I got to see a little bit of behind the scenes on how they built it and everything, and just insane how they built that car, stripped everything out, and got it to where it's at now, and the process of it. But next coming up is going to be number 283.
No, it's not actually.
Sorry. 168, Masaya Minoa in the Heyman TM Labo Chaser right here, JZX 100 Chaser. So she's nobody new to the scene. Y'all remember her. She's our solo female FDJ driver coming into outer zone 1, initiating through 3-2-1, sweeping around outer zone 1, just getting a nice touch into outer zone 1 right there. Could get a little bit more, swinging back around, a little shallow into outer zone 2. Along with outer zone 3, but finishing off strong, getting some points on the board for her first run.
All right, so very fluid run by Minoa right here. Not a fast-paced run and not a hard flick right there. I'm going to have to dock that because there's not much excitement. But right there, she does feel the outside zone 1, runs a full angle and on gas the whole time, misses outside zone 2, gets closer to outside zone 3, and a little bit hesitant to do the transition. But right here, finishes on the right side, the outside zone 4. So she is going to get a score in there.
Yeah, you're right. Definitely
Very smooth run.
Smooth run, but definitely, like you said, had that commitment. Didn't fill those zones, but had that commitment to stay on throttle. So we'll see what the judges have. I got some random guesses going on right now. Low 80s, mid 70s. So we'll see. Maybe it'll break it in half and get high 70s.
I don't know how we would do this, but that would be kind of cool if we could like give somebody a prize if they like
Guess right on the spot.
got all the scores right.
I mean,
then I'll fly you over here.
You would think, yeah.
Then you could just take my place. But
there you go, 76.
Yep, a lot of people got a close
guess on that.
guess on that. That's pretty good.
So there you go. Our next vehicle's up, ready to go. It's going to be number 963, Daichi Mizutani, and his S15.
Oh yeah, and then he said he wanted more power, so from this round he has a 2J in it.
There you go.
So he was one of the drivers that had the SRs, and now he has replaced it with the 2J, and he is pumping a lot more horsepower.
He's ready to play, especially on this big track right here. All right, here we go. Coming into this 3-2-1 right here. Swinging around into outer zone 1. Starting off early right there in outer zone 1. Nice sweep into outer zone 1. Getting that nice clear through into outer zone 2. But, definitely a little early into outer zone 3, which kind of had that little feather off onto outer zone 4 and missing that. So definitely got thrown offline after leaving outer zone 2 there.
Yeah, I like the way he was committed all the way to outside zone 2, but I think he went in, he was supposed to hang out at outside zone 2 a little bit longer, but he did do a transition a little bit early, and then he started to push, the car started to push in onto the inside. Right here, like you said, great job on the outside zone 1, nice angle. Look at all that throttle, but right there, the flick was a little too early. He had to extend it, but it still didn't make it all the way out to outside zone 4. Looks like he missed outside zone 4, the whole zone. So I think very fluid, but at the same time, the transition wasn't done at the right place, which made him go on the inside.
Not a bad run with a different platform he's running off of underneath the hood. So, but definitely left a lot of room out there for improvement for his second run, but we'll have to see what he does next go around.
Yeah, because half of the track, it was actually really beautiful.
The first half, yes, and then the second half, that's where everybody's been struggling. So that's where everybody's got to dial in to get those extra points.
I guess that's the harder part.
It is.
So.
You're going downhill from transitioning. There you go, 73. So you're going downhill from outer zone 2 to outer zone 3. So you're kind of picking up some speed, so you got to flick it hard enough to make that 90-degree turn right at the end of outer zone 3 into outer zone 4. But we're going to see here. So next coming up is going to be number 5, Tomoki Tanaka in his V-Style Good Ride with Tetsujin JZX 100 Chaser. And I don't really have to say it. A lot of these JZX platforms, all the JZX platforms are running 2Js. Running with 6 to 900 horsepower. It all depends what setup they got going on. But here he comes, coming into outer zone 2 or outer zone 1. Get a little bit could have got a little bit more into outer zone 1. Getting that tire in the beginning part. All the way into outer zone 2. Wow. And then finishing off strong right there. Like you were talking.
As a style judge, I would have to say that flick or the transition he made from outside zone 2 to 3 was pretty dynamic. It looks dangerous and it looks exciting. So let's go ahead and check this out. He flicks the car out fairly well right here. Had a little bit of adjustment on his steering, but does a fairly good job on outside zone 1. Throws a lot of angle, a lot of throttle here, then boom. I like the rate of angle when you're going from one side to the other. He didn't try to feather it in and gain the angle as he goes, and it was very smooth. And yes, at the end of that, he had a high angle. He had to make a slight correction, but I would have to say, I would have to honor that.
But like you were talking about in our last, for the FDJ2 battles and stuff, if they were to put walls there, I think it'd be a different game we were playing here. Like if a lot of you diehard fans out there, you've seen the U.S. Most of the U.S. tracks have walls. and they ride those walls, and they're close to those walls. But it keeps that excitement and flair. Here, not so many. This is usually just based on a track setup. So.
And the way, I know all the judges has their different ways in ways of thinking. There you go.
Bam, 87. So he's tied for first right now.
So there you go. I think the excitement that he brought right now, where it's almost like, oh, is he going to lose it? Is he going to make it? But, you know, going from high rate angle to the other and flicking it like that is actually really rewarding. Instead of trying to, you know, how can I say it? If you're taking it easy, it's really easy to see from the outside as well, from the actions of the car.
So next up at the line is going to be number 73, Ikuo Saito in the West Auto with Good Ride JZX 100 Chaser.
Yeah, I think earlier during practice his car stopped or something.
Yeah,
so they had to tow his car off. Yeah, so hopefully everything is okay on his car. Knocking on wood here so he can make a clean run.
Coming down into the 3-2-1 right here. Nice little flick there, right subtle flick coming into outer zone 1. Little shallow into outer zone 1. Clean sweep coming into outer zone 2. A little early at outer zone 3 right there. Coming in, finishing off strong right there to the finish line. Committing all the way through.
That was actually pretty smooth and a lot of commitment. I'm going to go ahead and check out the replay one more time, but right here, a good job right here on initiation. Stays on gas. Very, very minimal adjustments all the way through here. Good angle. Doesn't make it all the way out to the outside. A little bit of wavering there. Doesn't go all the way out, but ends up with good enough angle. So definitely a nice run by Saito. Let's see what the other judges has in score or in store for him for score.
So we'll see, we got mid 80s right now going on in the chat room right now. Look at that, 81.
Yeah,
so low 80s right there, not too bad of a guess, but yeah, 81 for Saito.
See, and what I have to say about these guys is everybody's doing a really good job. It's just that us as judges, we have to be very strict on what, because I mean, we'd be just giving out 90s and 100s to everybody because I mean everybody drives good. It's just I hate that I have to do that, but we have to differentiate the scores.
You're right.
But, yeah.
Especially with 44 drivers, you have to. There's going to be that divide where you have. But then again, everybody's throwing their best runs that they can. So right there, you can see number 93, Monkey Ito is going to be up in his JZX 100 Chaser. Yes, another JZX 100 Chaser, but definitely a popular vehicle here in Japan to be drifting. And it's yes, you're right. 96 models. Here we go, coming into 3-2-1 go. Nice initiation right there. Coming into outer zone 1. Nice sweep through outer zone 1. Beautiful job by him. Coming into outer zone 2. Could have been a little deeper into outer zone 2. Oh, and outer zone 3 definitely affected him right there. But dedicating himself and finishing off strong right there. But that outer zone 1 sweep was beautiful.
Yeah, I think going from initiation to outside zone 1, I think that was almost like a textbook style driving right here. Comes down the straightaway, flicks the car out, tries to get on gas as soon as possible, high rate of angle, and all the way to here. It looked almost perfect, but he comes a little short on the outside zone 2. Then right there, he had to drag the e-brake a little bit longer than I was thinking to see. Obviously, you don't want to see a lot of e-braking and a lot of adjustments during the track, but he had to do what he had to do for the, to make the car go out to wherever he wanted to. But fairly good job by Ito.
It's awesome to see families out here. Like I said, this is our first time spectating in over a year now. Having spectators, sorry. But yeah, like you were talking about, that, like we talked about many a times before, that second half after outer zone 2 is where a lot of these drivers have been struggling. This outer zone 1, they've been doing a beautiful job, which is weird because during practice it was kind of like the opposite that they were doing. So they need to just go ahead and plug those two together and get them squared away to get some solid runs. There you go, 83 for Ito.
Good job by Ito. Now he has a score there, so I mean, definitely has a lot of room to work with to get higher.
Next coming up is going to be number 99, Kazuya Matsukawa with the Team Droopy AE85 Trano.
Yep, and you know it's AE85, but yesterday in Japan it was August 6th, which is the 8-6 day.
Yep.
And you know me and 8-6s, I love those cars. Driven them since I was younger.
So this thing's powered by a 1GR, pushing about 950 horsepower, which is insane in this light car right here. Nice little dip into the outer zone 1 right there. A nice grip into it. Taking all of outer zone 2 right there. And woo, swinging it back around. And kind of missing outer zone 4 completely right there at the end. But definitely, you know, had a good system going from 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, so this is almost the opposite of the earlier run that we had. Not super exciting entry where he went to the rated angle going straight to sideways was kind of slow. But he was on throttle all the way, did fill outside zone 1, did a good job at outside zone 2. But I like the way he did the transition over there from outside zone 2 to 3. But maybe he did a little too much where the car wasn't carrying itself all the way to the outside zone 4. So that's the line judge's side of seeing things where he does miss some zones where he's supposed to place the car. But as a style judge, I think that was a fairly good one.
There we go. We see the score is going to be pushed out or punched out for him. But like you said, yeah, you definitely have a soft heart for an 8.6s. There you go, 83. Not a bad score to have for your first run, but left a lot of room for improvement. So next is going to be number 448, Yoshia Esaki, in his Origin Labo Racing SR powered S15, pushing up. They said lower 400s, but they were telling us mid 400s. So there you go, 400 horsepower right there, coming in an SR in this big track. So we'll see what he's going to do here for us, coming into outer zone 1. Nice little flick, outer zone 1. Nice little early out of outer zone 1. But let's see what he's going to do for outer zone 2. Nice control from outer zone 2, but definitely missed a bunch of outer zone 3. But
a lot of commitment.
A lot of commitment throughout the. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
All right, so I like the way he did his entry as well and driving through the track. Let's go ahead and check this out. Flicking the car, good rate of angle, a little bit of steering shimmy, but right there, coming from outside zone 1 to 2, right there, he had to kind of do a funky move with this car for the angle, and he does hit outside zone 3 a little bit early, and it looked like he had to do a slight adjustment going through there, but fairly a nice run by Esaki because it was very smooth.
Even being thrown off after outer zone 3, he was able to get out to outer zone 4, so that was pretty impressive. Especially, you know, like you were talking about power, but you're coming downhill, so power or not, you're going to be moving. The momentum's going to push you no matter what.
Oh yeah, and that's what's going to scare a lot of the drivers because that could be a lot more than they're expecting because the car is trying to push itself forward.
Bam,
there you go, 81.
And right there, you could see how the start comes down, it dips a little, and then it comes straight back up. So this track is it messes with your eyes and messes with the drivers a lot. So
yeah, it looks like the scores are picking up a little bit too, but at the same time, I do see the average run that we are having. Everybody's fairly, they're hitting the outside line fairly good.
Good ride S15. Coming in outer zone 1 right there. A little late in outer zone 1. Has a brake check right there. Coming in outer zone 2. Real shallow in outer zone 2. But let's see if he can make it up right here at the end, which he definitely missed outer zone 3. But was able to get outer zone 4 right there.
And man, I do have to say a lot of people do have to do an adjustment going from outside zone to 2 to 3. And they do it wrong because I think they go into outside zone 3 a little too early. So let's go ahead and check this out. Fairly good initiation by Hayashi. He tries to make it all the way out. He goes in a little late on the outside zone 1, but good amount of angle. A little bit shallow on the line, but good enough. But right there, see, he does a transition a little bit too early, so he does miss the late half of the outside zone 3. And also, by making an early transition there, they're going to set yourself in a wrong line going towards outside zone 4. You're going to be on a smaller line going around that rumble strip, which makes you do some adjustment.
Here we are. We got an upper 70s, low 80s score, so we'll see if these fans out there are right.
What do we got?
Low 80, 80, 82. 82 is like the average. 80
There
right
you go.
there. Not bad. They're starting to catch on to y'all's judging.
And look at this. Congratulations. The next driver just had a baby like 2 days ago, and his wife Emily is in the hospital right now with the baby, and because of the COVID, it's really hard to go and visit and stuff like that. So he is out here. He just got in today.
Team Plasma Power Vehicles, Lexus RC. And this was his first morning of practice, too. He wasn't here yesterday for practice run. Look at that beautiful run in outer zone 1. And around outer zone 2, a little shallow in outer zone 2, but able to hold through to outer zone 3 right there. And finishing off real strong with a lot of commitment through outer zone 4 in the finish. But yeah, like you said, congratulations to the Gray family on their newborn.
So definitely an exciting run, a lot of throttle, but the way he is moving the car looks like he's taking it a little safe too, where he stays on throttle right there. I like the way he does go around for outside zone 1 to 2. He does miss outside zone 2, and he does do a transition a little too early for outside zone 2 to 3, but he does get a score in, and the car does, he does look pretty committed. There's a lot of commitment in his run right now, so he will definitely get a score for that. All right, so we just got news. Junji Yamamoto was supposed to be the next driver up. Oh, there you go. Andrew Gray does get an 80. 80. So he's like mid-pack right there. I think 80 is probably going to be like the mid-pack score for this. But yes, the car number 7, Junji Yamamoto in his F2JZ FD. It looks like he is not going to be running.
Dropping out.
Yeah, he's not going to be running because of, I don't know, mechanical issues whatsoever. So hopefully he can get that all squared away and be back for the next round.
Okay, so he's not completely out then.
Next round.
Okay.
Like,
next round.
yeah. So I think he's not going to be driving.
Sorry, I thought you meant next qualifying.
Oh, yeah. No, he's not going to be.
Very unfortunate, very insane build with the 2J and that FD. Probably, sparks a lot of arguments in the rotary world.
Yeah, so the 2J replacing the rotary. I think a lot of people are going to be mad, but you know what? I mean, I guess he's just going with what he's good with. But FDs are cool cars, man. I mean,
they have sleek lines.
What's crazy is I've never owned a rotary.
Really?
Never, ever.
Maybe that's...
Oh, wait. Actually, no. I drove one. I bought one, drove it at an event, and sold it. Just like what I do with everything else. But
fair enough.
Yeah, but it was cool. It was cool. It was loud. I think it was cool. I like cars that sound good. So, and talk about cars that sound good and looks good right here.
There you go. Number 19, Uchiyama guy right here. The perfect style with good ride. Sylvia S15. Running a 2J, roughly about 800 horsepower under that hood. And he definitely likes to push every bit of the horsepower that he can out of this car. Here he comes in outer zone 1 right here. Real shallow in the outer zone 1, so let's see if that's going to throw him off for the rest of the track. Coming in outer zone 2. Real shallow all the way through outer zone 2 and 3, but was able to get to outer zone 4 right there.
Yeah, so that was a big waiver that he did right in front of outside zone 2, and also there was a lot of extension for him to have to e-brake out to outside zone 3 to make it. Here we go. Nice flick. I really like that, but a little bit of steering adjustment there. Compared to a lot of the drivers, he's not all the way out to the outside. There you go. There's the wavering, and right there he did do a transition a little too early where it doesn't set him up to outside zone 3. But on throttle, a lot of commitment, though.
Exactly, and you were talking about it before. Some of these drivers, they just kind of get that right calculation in their mind and they just produce it. So there's a huge calculation between your line, angle, and style, and you can come at different angles with it, but you want to obviously get the highest score you can, and if you find that you're yourself stronger in one area than the other, then you're able to get that right score to actually get through top 32.
Yeah, and man, there you go, 75 points. So yeah, I mean, you're right. There's gonna be 32 cars that'll be qualifying, but like you said, there's 40 something cars, so that means like 12 cars or so. Oh, I'm sorry, not 12 cars, like 14 cars or so we're gonna have to go home early this weekend. So
here you go, number 13.
Oh, and yeah, I think his turbo is going over.
Oh, really? Were they able to replace it after the crash? Oh, no, you can see it. Not too bad right here, coming to outer zone 1 right there. Nice sweep into outer zone 2. Missed real shallow into outer zone 3 right there, and then
man, but definitely a lot of throttle. So is that the turbo?
Something happened at the end right there. He went off track.
Oh man.
And he's starting to smoke a little, so we'll have to see
so
what's
right there,
going
yeah,
on.
it looks like he just turned a switch on and it was just all gas right here from all the way through. Makes it all the way out to outside zone 1. Rate of angle right there. It was nice going out to outside zone 3, but it doesn't make it all the way out.
And yeah, he's running a 2.1 liter SR. He says he got about 550 under that hood, but like you said, during practice, his last run, he had turbo issues. But no, it looks like he's fine. He's driving it through. So yeah, once they run their qualifying run, they have to drive the rest of the course, which is 2.3 miles back to the pits. There you go, 83 for his score. Not a bad first score for him. It's kind of in the mid-pack right now. Next at the line is going to be number 64, Yoshimi Mori, and his Team Mori S15. And what's special about his number is...
He's 64 years old.
Oh. And I know we talked about this last time, but that's very interesting. 64, he changes his number each year to match how old he is. So
yeah, and this man could drive.
I know, 64 years old, throwing this kind of flare, this livery on his car, and then still drive. It's insane. And be able to have his body take the beating that it's taken right here on this track. But here he comes in outer zone 1. We're a little bit shallow in outer zone 1, but coming around to outer zone 2 right here. Beautiful setup, trying to, hesitated on that flick to outer zone 3. And not struggling to commit to outer zone 4 right there. But yeah, definitely wasn't quite what he wanted, flicking from outer zone 2 to 3.
Yeah, definitely had a commitment issue going through outside zone 2 to 3.
Here you go.
Pretty much right there. And he runs a good angle through outside zone 2, but flicking it back, he doesn't look committed and also does it a little too early, which kind of screwed with him going through the lines of outside zone 3 and 4.
Yeah, I agree with everybody on here saying that, I wish I can drive. I hope I can drive at 64. Maybe just drive on the road.
Oh, no, I mean, you can. You just got to do it. I mean, that's it, right?
I don't know if the DMV will let me do it at 64.
I think you're still good.
But here we go. Got a lot of good guesses out there. Mid-80s and high 70s. So we'll see if we'll be in the in-between on this. But here we are. Those are the FDJ2 drivers. They're still sticking around, supporting their... There you go, 77.
Yeah, but definitely a lot of room for him to get a higher score for the second run.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and see the next driver into car number 18, driving the Toyota Crown, Tetsuya Iha, the only drift crown that this model I've seen.
The Kartis Okinawa with North. So yes, he's from Okinawa. Flies in, car stays on mainland. Here he is in this crown, big body crown, coming into outer zone 1 right here. Has a nice little dip with the tire to outside zone 1 right there, and nice into outer zone 2, but a lot deeper than most cars that have been doing it for outer zone 3 and finishing out strong right there. So he definitely was there for outer zone 3.
You know what? His angle wasn't as deep as some of the cars that did the transition, but I got to give you this, that he threw it pretty hard at initiation. The angle of the car wasn't crazy throughout the whole track, but I do have to say that he did have a lot of balls to throw the car out there. He did dip a tire out there. That might hurt him on the line score, but he does fill that zone. And I really like that. That was a very nice run.
It's just insane seeing the improvement through him in this car. Like, from last year till now, it's insane how he's driving. He drives it like a madman now, and he takes full control, and he flicks it whenever he could flick it. And that's a big car to be flicking around.
Yeah, maybe that big car matches because it is a big track, you know. So maybe it is finally time for him to be able to stretch his legs out on that car because it is big. There you go.
Here we go, 86 right there.
Yep, and as you can see, the angle score, like I was saying, he wasn't running a high rate of angle throughout the whole track, but he did run a wide line, and also very exciting at the transition as well. So good job for Iha.
So next at the line is going to be 444 Takatoshi Imamaida in his 5X tire Navigate Penske KRC It has more flow to it. Here he comes. Nice flick in the outer zone right here. Carrying it all the way through. Real shallow in the outer zone 1, but nice flick into it. Dipped a little tire right there, but
Oh, man.
It looked like he held that off, but definitely was about 3 tires. We'll have to see the replay on that, but that, I'm pretty sure he wasn't anticipating to do that because he definitely was off-road and kind of tore some of his bumper up right there.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and check out the replay, but I think that was like more than 3 tires off. But it doesn't really matter because I think that would be considered an unchaseable lead run. And obviously, if you do an unchaseable lead on the lead, right, like, yeah, right there. Yeah, that's 4 tires off right there. So, and here we do technically give out an incomplete for 3 tires off too, because that's already a lot of tires off of the track. And like you said earlier, imagine if there was a wall. I mean, that car's toast.
Exactly. And like you said, they have to give a chase, a simulated chase or a lead run to have a car chase. That's what y'all are scoring off of, is that situation. So there you all saw it. Incomplete for running off the track there on outer zone 2. The crew's out there cleaning it up, picking up all the pieces and replacing the pylons. But right there at the line, you can see in the Cylon tire, JZX90 is going to be Shinji Minoa in the Heyman TM Labo Cylon tire JZX90 Mark II.
Yeah, so he is usually one of the championship contenders. But after he did
right here, coming real aggressive into outer zone 1. See this commitment coming all the way through to outer zone 2 and 3. Here he comes, coming in outer zone 2. A little shallow, but nice dip into it. And there he is right there, outer zone 3. Haven't seen too much outer zone 3 sweeps like that, so it's pretty nice by him. And this car is nothing new to him. This is his old car that he raced.
This was actually the car that went to the States and chilled there for a year, right? But right here, fairly nice initiation, but I wouldn't say it's a very high energy run. It's pretty much he's taking the car to whatever angle he has to and trying to place the car where it's supposed to go. And right here too, there wasn't a hard flick, so I would say the commitment level was low, but he was definitely going for a high line score, I think, because he was trying to fill all the zones.
Had good fluidity with the transitions and everything like that, but like you said before, this car is nothing new to him. And right now, unfortunately, his JZX 100 is still, I think, undergoing some under the knife right now still.
Or maybe under the file, or under the drill, or under the
engine rebuild.
Yeah, or
there you go, 88.
Oh, see, there you go.
88, and that is our. That's our highest score right now.
Look at this. I would have to say, I'm going to go ahead and dissect the run, but 33 for a style score is almost somewhere near average from what I've been giving all day today. But I think what actually made him shine was the line. He got a 28-point line. I don't think I've seen a line score that high yet today. So I think the key of conquering this would be, obviously trying to run the right line.
Y'all just saw who popped up. Number 125 is going to be Yoshihiko Tamagawa in his JZA80 Supra. Nobody knew, you've seen him before. 900 horsepower rushing down this strip right here, coming into 321. Here he is. Oh, a little trouble there. Real shallow in outer zone 1. Dip the whole tire right there to that inside portion. And real shallow in all the zones. So not sure what's going on, especially from practice till now. This is definitely not the line that he was running.
I'm not going to say, you know, this isn't like him, but it looks like he has more flair usually, right?
Yes.
So it looks like a kind of a low energy run by him. He does run okay amount of angle, but misses outside zone 1, doesn't make it all the way out to outside zone 2. No flick in between outside zone 2 to 3, drags his e-brake. The car wavers going from outside zone 3 to 4, so I don't know, maybe there's some issues or something, or maybe he's just trying to get a score on the board for now, but definitely not one of his best.
Yeah, you're right. He could be playing it safe this round and then going to come out with a little bit more flair for his second run, just to ensure that he has a score on the board. But right now, I don't even know what the safe number is because there's a lot of 70, 80s, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, and it's very critical for us because it's, I mean, you can be in the game.
There you go, 73.
Yep. So you can be in the game or one of the cars that are out of the game. And only 1 or 2 points could be the factor of you being able to go on to tomorrow's competition or be going home early for the weekend. So very critical.
So next at the line is going to be number 53, Michinori Yoshimura and his Team Mori S15.
Yeah, he did really well at Suzuka in the rain.
And here he is coming into 3-2-1. Initiating the outer zone 1 right now. Had a nice little touch in the outer zone 1. Let's see what he's going to do for the rest right here with outer zone 2 and outer zone 3. Outer zone 3 still struggling right there, having that little small dip at the beginning, but definitely leaving early.
All right, same thing. It looks like he is trying to run a wider line throughout the track. Maybe it's from lack of power and stuff like that, but right here, not a high rate to angle from straight. Kind of drags onto the e-brake. Does fairly well on the outside zone 1 on the line. A little bit shallow on the angle right here, but makes it all the way out to outside zone 2. Not a high rate of flick in between outside zone 2 to 3. So I wouldn't say it's the most exciting run that he did, but I would say it would be pretty much almost an average as a style score.
In like mid 80s, mid 70s, so maybe in that range of high 70s, low 80s is probably what we might be looking at. There you go, 82. 82 for Yoshimura right there.
So there you go. You can still get in the 80s if you conquer the line because like he just had a 27 for his line score. So this is something that a lot of the drivers should be looking into and studying off of each run. And that's why we do show off, you know, what score we have and what kind of run, you know.
There we go. Power vehicles, S15. Initiating right here early in the 3-2-1. Coming into outer zone 1 right there. Nice dip into outer zone 1. Let's see what he's going to do for the rest of the track. Little dip into outer zone 2 and trying to drag through outer zone 3. I think having a little bit more commitment would have been nice, but definitely was able to get a little bit more out into the zones. A little shallow still, but there.
Yeah, this is the same thing. I think I've seen the past couple of cars do the similar thing where the angle is just okay and the line is just okay too. But I think they're trying to bring all 3 average points up to get a higher score instead of boosting it and trying to get one crazy run in. But definitely a smooth run by Suenaga, and he probably knows how to do all kinds of things in that car because he's a veteran in drifting. So you know, he's probably in here just to get a score, trying to get an average score, maybe a little above average. There you go. 82. So you go 82 points.
A lot of good judges out there pushing or punching at 82 for their score.
Hey guys, I mean, that's actually, it's an honor because I'm actually happy that a lot of people are kind of getting it, you know, and that's a good thing, you know.
So here you go, 666 666 Shuichi Mano.
666.
in his Chari Boy style with Victor tires.
Chatty means it's like a slang for bicycle.
I learned that last night. Robbie filled me in. Here he comes, coming at 321. 600 horsepower power out of this 2J and his 1V. Rolling around into outer zone 2. A little bit shallow in outer zone 2, but let's see if he can drag it through. Look at that nice drag through outer zone 3 right there, and finishing strong in outer zone 4. That back half was beautiful by him, but there's other areas for improvement. And like we were talking about, I think it was Okuibuki last year is when he started stepping his game up, and it's been getting better and better ever since.
Yeah, and I'm going to only speak on behalf of the style judge. We're right here. Good initiation, but after that, kind of a low energy run by Mono, like especially right here, going from outside zone 2 to 3. Very smooth like butter transition, but at the same time, there's no flare there too.
Yeah.
So not as exciting, but if I have to say precision, him making it out to the outside zones,
84.
I would say that. Just as I said, look at the line score. It's 27, you know.
There you go, 84. I mean, that's a good start, but like you said, I have a feeling he'll come out with a little bit more flair for his next run, especially since he got a solid run down for his first one. So.
Yeah, you know what? I'm looking at a lot of 80s, and I think you're going to have to be at least low 80s to qualify, maybe.
The way all these scores are coming in, but there you are. Next up is going to be number 770, Yusuke Kusaba, and his Team Cusco Racing 890 Supra. Cusco is rolling deep this weekend.
Yep, they got 3 cars out here. They got the GR Yaris, they got the Toyota 86, and now they got the GR Supra out here.
And now he's got his support team out here to make sure he can podium because, you know, unfortunately they were unable to. They had a little bit of issues going through. Here he is coming into the 321. And I talked to him. He says he's really starting to understand this car. And there you go right there. Because, man, he is definitely not driving it like he did last year. There you go. Nice finish out of outer zone 4 right there. But, yes, after talking to him, he said, yeah, I'm starting to get a better understanding of it more and more. I mean, last year was his, debut of it. So here's a replay.
Yeah, so a good rate to angle, but at the same time, he does throw a lot of angle through outside zone 1. Doesn't look like he carries himself all the way out to outside zone 1. Kind of has to do a lot of adjustment going to outside zone 3. And that's definitely something that I'm going to have to watch because that's lacking commitment. But overall, looks like he is on a fairly good line and also a fairly good amount of angle. So what does that mean? What do you think the score would be?
Mid-80s.
Yeah.
They're showing mid-80s
right
now.
I don't even know either because I only put in 1 score. So.
But like you were saying, that outer zone was beautiful, but it's that second half. So 86, they were right. Mid-80s right there. 86 for Kusaba.
Dude, I'm telling you, what we're going to do from next round is we're going to go ahead and give it to you guys. And you guys just
text in the score, and we'll go ahead and push. But no, it's definitely cool keeping y'all intrigued on what's going on and everything. And there you go. Coming up next is going to be 888 Kenji Yamada, or also Jamaken in his S15. Making it happen, and here he comes at 3-2-1. Let's see this flip. Oh! Nice flip coming into outer zone 1 right here. Feeling all of outer zone 1. Let's see who's going to go in the second half of this track coming in outer zone 2. Beautiful job in outer zone 2. Oh my goodness. He's making it happen. See, he's still making it happen. Even with that tire dip right there.
Okay, that was exciting.
It was.
Right?
Like, watch this beginning. That initial flick.
Man, I think that's probably the best initiation I saw today. That was pretty dope.
SR. So all you SR fans out there, look at that. He's throwing down for y'all.
He doesn't flick it too much right here at the transition, but he definitely does feel the outside zone. So, oh, man.
And I'm okay with that back half because, I mean, filling those zones has been a struggle for a lot of these cars so far. So it's impressive to see that, and it shows you that it's not impossible. That zone's not pushed too far back. There's excuses for it, but guess what? The possibility's there, and the track's built the way it is.
All right, so this kind of shows you how if you push it and you do something that's a little dangerous or something that's or high committed movement, it'll reward you because that was really exciting to see. And that's definitely what we want to see, and I'm pretty sure that's what you guys want to see too. So
and everybody has commented they're in the low 90s right now. They said it's hype, nasty, SR is killing it, all that stuff. 89 right there, highest score right now.
Points leader, and yes, he did lack angle after he came in from the outside zone, or I'm sorry, from the initiation to the outside zone, through outside zone 1 to 2. He didn't run too much angle, and that might be from the power and stuff like that, but that was definitely worth it. I mean, that was close to 90 points. Good enough, good job.
Good job, guys. Next is going to be number 80, Yuta Komatsu in his IS350. Beautiful car, beautiful build. And what's crazy is he's only running like 600 horsepower out of this too, Jay. Yeah. So let's see what he's going to do right here, coming into 3-2-1. Nice little flick right there, coming out of that one cone. Just grazing outer zone 1, but let's see if he can get the rest of the course down with outer zone 2. Beautiful job right there. Real early out of outer zone 3, which was a struggle by most other drivers, but there you go right there, finishing strong in outer zone 4.
You know what? I think it might be because we just saw Yamada's flick, but I'm telling you, this was actually not that bad. This is pretty good, I think, for a big body car. There you go. Look at the rate of angle change. On gas through there. Tries to fill outside zone 1. Doesn't go all the way. Oh, no, he does. He goes all the way out. Then a little bit of wavering, and he had to adjust himself a little bit to run through outside zone 3, but definitely throws a lot of angle through the finish line, too. So I got to say, my voice keeps cracking.
We've done a lot of talking today, so it's understandable.
That's a lot of talking, so but definitely a pretty exciting run by Komatsu.
There you go. We got mid-80s votes, so we'll see what's going to go down. We'll see what these judges have. But right there, once again, you can see where it comes up on the 86, mid-80s.
Man, I'm telling you, you guys are good.
No, that's not them. I was guessing that.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right, so
it's all y'all out there.
Me and Kenny going to swap places.
No, it's all y'all out there.
Me and Kenny going to swap places, but
before then, we have a fan favorite right here. I know a lot of these people in the chat are going to say it, but 55555 Yukio Fausto with the side extra pan.
Yeah, the fans out there from Brazil. Go Brazil. This is Fausto.
Here he goes with a side extra pan with sideways experience coming in. He usually goes angle and smoke all day long through every one of these zones. So there he is through outer zone 1, coming into outer zone 2 right here. He needs to get a little bit further out there. And right there too. I'm just gonna be quiet so I can stop, too hyping him, because but no. Overall, he did kind of lack in some of those zones, and he's going to have to he left a lot of room for improvement for his second run. But
so his flick at initiation was very good, but like I was bringing up earlier, since he didn't run the outside zone 2 as much, he had to pull a lot of e-brake there and do a lot of adjustment there going from outside zone 3 to 4. So hopefully he does learn from this mistake throughout outside zone 2 to 3, and definitely not do that for the second run.
Yeah, that outer zone 1 was beautiful by him, but like you said, that 2 to 3, going into 2 and then transitioning to 3 has been, it's nothing new. It's been a common issue right now. So let's see what the score is going to come in before we announce the next driver. There you go, 75, mid-70s right there.
Yeah, definitely the missing the outside zone 2 probably hurt him a lot, because that is an area that you get rewarded 10 points.
You're right.
And if you lose half of that, that's already 5 points. And if you miss, a point here, a point there, that's easily going to get you down.
It all adds up real quick. So next, right now, you can see around the board was 33, Junya Ishikawa in his Team Droopy 8.6, powered by 1GR. Almost like the 8.5, roughly around 950 horsepower. Here he comes, coming in 3-2-1, initiation right at the 3 cone, coming in outer zone 1. Little shallow in outer zone 1, but let's see if he's going to make it up right here to outer zone 2. Ooh, he tried to hold it to outer zone 3 there, but made a little wavering.
Hopefully you guys understand, but that transition right there was pretty nice, going from outside zone 2 to 3. Let's go ahead and dissect his run right here. His initiation, nice flick right there. I like that. Very confident. Gets right on gas. driving through towards outside zone 2 very well here. Hangs out there a lot. Nice, confident transition, but he does have to waver and adjust himself going from outside zone 3 to 4. So could have been one of the super high style score, that is.
Yeah, and he finished second at Ebisu, so he's definitely, you know, trying to fight for his spot up at the top portion, which I think he is actually third overall. So we shall see right here. There's our sponsored booths right there set up for the spectators that we have today. Hopefully we'll have a lot more coming out for the competition of top 32 and top 16 tomorrow. But we can't complain. Look at the beautiful sun rays. There you go, 83. The weather has definitely played on our part this evening, or this afternoon.
So right here we have car number 17, Jin Horino. He was actually the spotter and actually helping out number 2 podium winner of FDJ2 today, Hirayama. And he was thanking him in Tops Racing. So this must be a good feeling for Horino, and hopefully
Horino's going to show out because, you know, you have to spot him all weekend long. Team Tops Racing, the Project View, S15. Coming in the 3-2 on the outer zone 1. Real shallow in the outer zone 1. Let's see if he can pick it up right here for his line into outer zone 2. And transitioning over to outer zone 3. Ooh, trying to hang on there a little bit longer, but like we said before, a little wavering after that outer zone 3.
Yeah, a lot of throttle throughout the track. I love that, but at the same time, like you said, let's go ahead and check this out. I like the way he initiated. That was very nice. But it looks like he doesn't carry himself all the way to outside zone 1. Fairly good amount of angle. He does fill outside zone 2 fairly well there. Nice rate of angle, and he flicks it, but at the same time, he did have to do a lot of adjustment from outside zone 3 to 4. This will hurt him on his style score, but overall, I think in an average clean run.
Yes. Yeah, and his 2J is pushing about 580 is what he told me whenever he's coming through tech.
Okay, so it's fairly conservative, I guess.
Very conservative. It's probably safe, you know. Not, I wouldn't say less mechanical issues, but he's not pushing the limits.
Yeah, but he's not pushing it because he's more he's concentrating a little bit more to be at the event and not having any. No, you know.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Not having any kind of issues at the event.
Extreme issues. There you go, 80.
Definitely a lot of room to get more on the score, but I am making it critical because that's the hardest part on the track. So, yeah, definitely outside zone 2 to 3 area is probably the hardest, like you just explained too. So I do have to dock a lot of points off for people that can't make that.
And y'all, and like you said, 2 to 3, but that's why y'all need to stay tuned for tomorrow for top 32 and 16.
Oh man, there's going to be so much craziness.
Intense.
Because there's going to be smoke, there's going to be 2 cars.
Going downhill.
If it doesn't,
transitioning.
If it doesn't rain.
Don't say that R word.
The forecast.
What? It said it was going to do one of those today, but look at the beautiful weather. We got some sunlight.
Hey, and you know why? You know why it changes so much? Because we are high up in the mountains.
You're right.
So the weather in the mountains do change drastically throughout the day. So the weather forecast doesn't work out here because look at us right now. This is nice right now.
The only thing precipitating is off my forehead because it's so humid up here.
Those of you who've never been to Japan, Japan's pretty humid. And I've been to many countries and many Asian countries. Yet there are other countries that are super humid too. Japan is the top.
Here we are in the very experienced. A little shallow there in outer zone 1, but let's see what he's going to finish off right here into outer zone 2 to 3. Ooh, nice flick in the outer zone 3 right there, giving some flair. But his line was a little affected there because he was a little shallow, but he threw that flick. He wanted to throw some style, and you can hear him ripping. And anytime you hear a rotary, that's him.
Or the Liberty
They
Walk
stick.
call.
They always stick him closest to us.
Yeah.
His pit is always closest to us.
So let's go ahead and see his run right here. Slow rate of angle, but very nice. He doesn't make it all the way out to outside zone 1, but a fairly good amount of angle. A little bit of wavering there, here and there, but boom, look at that. His end plate on his GT wing just flew up in the air when it hit the cone.
That was a nice flick. And sorry, it's more of a, like, they're correcting me. It's more of a brat.
Oh, brat.
Yeah. Sorry, my sound is muffled by this headset. But yeah, we'll see what they're going to score him here for his first one. So we're coming up, to our last few drivers for our first qualifying run. And we'll be running back through these 40-plus drivers.
Yeah, but like you said right now, the way you carry your car from outside zone 2 to 3, that's probably the hardest part, to be that confident and committed to do a flick like that too. So definitely something that a lot of the drivers don't do when you're taking it safe, let's say. So the commitment level isn't there when you're trying to do everything safe. It's like, I don't know, running towards a wall going 100 miles per hour versus going towards a wall 20 miles an hour, let's say. Speed doesn't matter, but I'm just, easy way to say it. I mean, it's obviously going to be more dangerous looking if you're going faster.
Oh, yeah.
So the rate of angle, throwing the car and flicking it like that is a lot more harder than taking it easy, and easing the car to the outside.
True.
Yeah.
There you go, 83.
So like you said, or like I said, the style score is high on this one, but the line and angle isn't as high because he did miss a lot of outside zones here and there. So definitely something he could work on for the second run.
So good job on y'all out there throwing them numbers out. 83 was his run-in, but I don't even know. Like you said, low 80s might not be the safe zone.
Yes, I mean, that's how high level break Let's see who's going to make it to that.
Here we go. We got Fukada right here. Tadahito Fukada in his Tanabe SSR Dunlop Weld JZX 100 Mark II. Beautiful job right there in outer zone 1. Let's see, he's going to dissect the rest of this and get this under control here in outer zone 3. Left a little early outer zone 3, coming into outer zone 4. And the thing we talk about with Fukada, though, he's very consistent with his runs, and he kind of keeps it, nothing too crazy, but still throws down a good run. So let's see this replay right here.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's the most exciting run, but definitely very fluid. He does make the car float all the way out right here. The transition, not spiky, not something really sharp, but at the same time, he doesn't make huge mistakes. The car doesn't waver. So the fluidity of the car definitely is very smooth throughout the track. So Let's see what the other judges have to say as well.
And as a lead run, if that was a lead run, it wouldn't be too bad to chase him
of course.
all
Actually,
day long.
To be honest, the best run, the 100-point run that you could do is probably one of the most easiest runs to chase because you don't have to worry about the car wavering. You don't have to worry about the car cutting smaller lines. It gives confidence to the chase car to be able to do a good chase.
83.
Man, there's a lot of early
83s. Yeah, 82, 83s. There's a lot of them. So next coming up is going to be number 36, Kazumi Takahashi, which a lot of us knew what he was driving before, appreciated it, it was different, all that, but he's with the TMS Racing, Team Cylone Tires, now driving a
JZX 100 Mark II.
JZX 100 Mark II. So he was in the BMW before that.
But the E92 is here.
It is here in his pits.
But he is actually driving.
It's a brand new build, and it's insane.
I think he used it for.
So new to him for this, for FDJ. Let's see what he's going to do. See if he's going to put down a solid run coming out of zone 1. Real shallow in outer zone 1. Let's see if he's going to catch it back here for outer zone 2 to 3. But he was real early in both 2 and 3. Very not typical of him having that. He's usually there in all the zones and pretty fluid through it.
Yeah, for a minute it did look like an exciting run. And right there, I liked how he made it into the initiation. But afterwards here, huge mistake that he made. He flicks the car, but over here, he had to wait, and he couldn't get back onto gas going from outside zone 3 to 4. So
all around, though, for that vehicle, it's a beautiful build. We got to see it during tech. Check it out. There you go, the GoFund. But overall, beautiful car, beautiful build, 950 horsepower 2J.
Yeah, and I think that thing weighs less than 1,100.
Yeah, I think it was 1,100 kilograms,
yeah.
which is insane.
So right now in Japan and FD Japan, we don't have the tire to weight size rule like we do in the U.S. In the U.S., we have a certain amount of weight, and the tire has to be a certain amount of size or the width.
84 right there. So yeah, we actually had a weigh station, so we got to weigh all the vehicles, check them all out, get a little bit more information from them. So
that was
cool.
A crazy light JZX though.
Yes, but here you go. Many of you fans out there know what car this is, but it's number 4, Tetsuya Hibino in his LB Racing S15. Insane body kit, insane build, turbo, turbo. I'm not even going to talk right now because he's going to come by outer zone 1 and just mute me completely. So here he comes into outer zone 1 right here. Coming into outer zone 2 right here, getting beautiful into outer zone 2. And let's see, he's going to get outer zone 3. Not too bad, swinging in through outer zone 3 and finishing off strong into outer zone 4 to the finish. I mean, he was the #1 qualifier over at Suzuka Twins, so throwing down solid runs is nothing new to him.
Oh yeah, I think this is one of the more of an exciting run right there. Nice rate to angle, builds outside zone 1, good amount of angle throughout there. Look at that. Little bit of adjustment there, but flicks it nice at the transition. No adjustment going from 3 to 4.
Oh.
I really, really like that run.
We're getting a lot of highest scores and wows, and we'll see here. Definitely beautiful run, definitely filled the zones where he needed to be. Outer zone 3, obviously, he left a little bit of room to improve on, but still was there majority of half of it, and then was able, like you said, didn't throw any, bobbles through.
Yeah,
no
wavering.
No
or
wavering,
anything.
there you go.
Yeah, and he made it look really smooth. And yes, his rate to angle, flicking it as hard as the earlier car that we saw by Yamada, it wasn't as hard as that, but at the same time, he made it look really, really smooth.
Boom, 91. We are in the 90s now. And you know what? I think he threw a 91 as his first score at Suzuka Twin.
Yes, we did. Look at that. He did get a perfect score for his line. And conquering this track, you definitely have to make sure that you do show your abilities off going from outside zone 2 to 3 and also filling the zones. And filling outside zone 3 is very, very hard. It looks easy, but it's really, really hard. As you can see, a lot of cars do miss that zone.
And then especially after that cone, for the last cone, you're hitting that 90 degree. But yo, up next is going to be number 8, Koichi Yamashita, the champ right here with a Team World JZX 100 Mark II. Let's see what he's going to throw down. Pretty shallow in the outer zone 1 right there. Dipping almost into, coming into outer zone 2. And real early right there in outer zone 3. So not the best run he's ever done or, thrown out there, but if you don't remember, he sustained a lot of damage, and this, I guess, was a repair. They just repaired it. They got the new roll cage and everything squared away for the car.
Yeah, because he had a bad wreck at Ebisu round. It was about 2 months ago, but he does miss outside zone 1. Doesn't look fluid either because he looks like he was wavering when he was leaving outside zone 1. Then right there, too early of a transition, misses outside zone 3 and 4.
That's unlike him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it is, and maybe he's just trying to put down a safe score for the first run.
Hopefully this 9 weeks didn't affect him. This 9-week vacation that they all got. But we'll see, like I said, Koichi Yamashita, he's actually the points leader with 211. He's leading the pack pretty far ahead. Before Ueo, which is at 120, so he's got a pretty big cushion because especially since Ueo wasn't able to make it this round, but it's not enough for him to just relax on it. So 74 is going to be his first run.
The line judge did give him a low score as well. The angle judge gave him a fairly, I guess, average to maybe slightly lower score too. But I mean, he got a score in, and let's see how he's going to do for the second.
19, Hidehiko Sugita right here in this worker with 5X, C33 Laurel, coming into outer zone 1, wrapping around into outer zone 2, and then picking up some speed here into outer
横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブン。やる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Freddy Galspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ。オグラレーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティ
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine.
冬の運転心配ね。あ、あれは横浜タイヤのアイスガードセブンだ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカードセブンにしよう。セブンセブンセブン。やる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
Made in Japan. Breed.
What's up, guys? It's Freddy Galspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ。オグラレーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティ
The brightness, called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenty.
And we are back here for the G-Shock Presents Formula Drift Japan Round 3 here at Sportsland Suga in the Miyagi Prefecture. We already went through our first run of qualifying runs. About to start our second run of qualifying runs here. We already got lined up ready to go. So once again, I'll be your host, Kenny Harris. Alongside me is Robbie Nishida, looking cool and fly in his sweet glasses.
Dude, some FD glasses, man. It's nice. Go pick them up at the merch store.
I know the sun ended up
Dude,
popping
it's
out.
really, really bright right now. I don't know what happened right now.
You can see it right there on the screen. So, well, enough of our complaints. We're going to go and press on to the start of the second round of qualifying. 219, Hideikos. Sugito coming in that outer zone 1 right here. Little shallow right there in outer zone 1. Let's see if he's going to pick it up right here on the second half of the track. Little shallow there also. And struggling once again right there in outer zone 3. Put down a 77-point run for his first run. Let's see if this is going to move in the right direction that he wants and give him a little bit more, because 77, I don't know if that's on top for him. I don't know if that's top 32 quality just yet. But like I said before, it's very interesting seeing this car out here.
Yeah, so watching the replay here, he is doing average on line, and looks like he tries to fill outside zone 3, but he does leave it a little early. And the transition in between outside zone 2 to 3 too doesn't look super high energy. But I think that was style-wise an average run, so it really depends on how much line and angle he will be rewarded.
So we'll see what the score is going to come. There you go, 79. So he did move a little bit forward to 79, but hopefully this will be enough for him to move on to top 32. But we won't know until later.
Yeah, I don't even know where the bubble is at right now.
Yeah, that's why I'm
what
not
score
even.
It is. Yeah, I'm not even going to start.
I'm not going to hype it up or anything.
Yeah.
Hey, but what I wanted to say during the break, I was watching the comments. I appreciate y'all staying up till 2, 3, 4 in the morning.
I know.
Checking us out
so much.
I know we get annoying, but hey, you're here for the cars, you're here for the drivers, so there's some sweet builds, so I appreciate y'all staying up and checking them out. And I know they appreciate it too. So here we are right here, Shinichiro Saito. So the is an LS, brand new 890 Super Lady Go. Got a 68 on his first run. Coming into outer zone 1 right now. Still a little shallow in the outer zone 1, but let's see what he has in store for us. And he almost lost it right there. Definitely not what he wanted. So 68 is what he's going to be ended up with, because he got a incomplete there, but not sure what happened.
Yeah,
right there.
I think he started to wash out around outside zone 2. That's definitely somewhere you want to make sure that you have angle, because the angle is going to keep the car from washing out towards the outside zone 2. Then right there, he loses angle. The car starts to go towards outside zone 2, and somehow he probably had to get off throttle. Definitely the grip level changed as he was doing that, and he did make a mistake. So that is an incomplete. And yes, you said the 68. Oh, we got the teeth sucking, the JDM teeth sucking. But yeah, I don't know if that's good enough to
beautiful
make
car
it
though.
into.
I'll give him that. I'll give him beautiful car.
And you know what? It's a brand new build. He just started driving from the last round.
Exactly.
You never know. It's going to be something that
I
he's
think,
going to have to get used to.
And next at the line is going to be number 22, Atsushiwachi. This is probably my favorite car, just because of how much he put into the engine bay and into the car itself. Now let's see if he Professor Otto and his S15, beautiful car. Like you said, he had that fine detail from being from like the lowrider clunky stuff. So we'll see if his driving is going to show right here. Still a little wavering right there after outer zone 3. Still kind of similar to what he kind of gave us earlier, which he got a 79 on his first qualifying run. But you're right, at the Ebisu round 2, that's where he debuted the car. Yeah, let's see, there you go. Outer zone 2 wasn't quite all the way into outer zone 2. Real early to outer zone 3. Wasn't able to get all the way into outer zone 3. And then just finishing up outer zone 4, not deep into outer zone 4.
I'm sorry, my mind just went totally blank.
It's because
and
it's
I didn't
There you
talk
go,
about it,
80.
yeah, it's like, that's an 80
So,
point
you
run.
know,
He
a
did
point
up
higher.
it, up 1 point from earlier. But like I said, man, this 80 point mark is probably the average, according to how the drivers are driving the way it is right now and what kind of scores they're getting right now.
You're right. So next at the line is going to be number 720, Masafumi Watanabe in the Rovka Team TCS Factory 23 JZX 110. Scored a 59 on the first run. Let's see if he's going to put down a better run to get in the safe zone. And there you go. That's nice right there, dipping into outer zone 1. Let's see if they can go all the way with outer zone 2 to 3, and it looks pretty good. Outer zone 3 definitely show. Oh, and then not being able to get it. And I think a bit too much off right there.
Yeah, and you know what? I honestly think that he wasn't confident enough at the transition, and that's probably why he ended up making a big mistake outside zone 4 and doing a half spin right there. But check this out. He does make it all the way out to the outside zone 2. Until here, he does good, but he wasn't confident there. And he started to give angle a little too late, where when you're drifting a car and if you have less angle, the car is going to want to take you more to the outside. So obviously, it's like the backwards entry, thing. If you do throw a lot of angle, the car is going to try to stop. So the momentum will be going the wrong way, and right there he definitely didn't throw enough angle for the car to stay where he wanted it to be.
So yeah,
he did react, and that's probably what happened.
So 59 is what he'll be rolling with for seeing where the standings will be. But next up is going to be 330 Sasayama The sun's like throwing me off here with a Team M2 Racing. Got a 70 in this chaser right here. Beautiful job in outer zone 1 right there. Let's see. Outer zone 2, not too bad. Coming into outer zone 3. Had a nice chunk of outer zone 3 there also, so not a bad run. Better than the first one. First one was a 70.
Yeah, so definitely a lot more fluid than his first run. And I'm not going to say that it looks super high energy, but at the same time, he made it look very smooth right here. Doesn't do a hard flick, but he does take the car out and tries to make it all the way out to the outside zones. And the angle at outside zone 4 area wasn't a high rate of angle, but
damn, 86,
very
so
nice run.
Huge improvement from the first run. Went from a 70 to an 86. Big improvement. Beautiful job.
Yeah, and I think just watching other cars run and also doing the first run is definitely giving the drivers and teams enough time and ideas to set up how they want to conquer the second run.
So next at the line is going to be number 37, Katsuhiro Meguro in the Aisin Good Ride Kyushu in the JZX 100 Mark II. Got a 64 on the first run. Probably not going to cut it to get to top 32, so definitely going to have to put some more on the line here.
Yeah, this is going to be a really, really close call for all the qualifying runs because, I mean, this is a very high level of driving. A lot of drivers drive similar, and you're going to have some kind of flair underneath you to boost you up to be one of the guys that makes it into the top 32.
You're right. This Mark II right here has a mean look to it, has that vent on the right side of it. There he is coming out of the chicane into the 3-2-1. A nice initiation into the 2-cone right there. Rolling out to outer zone 1. Beautiful job in outer zone 1. Let's see right here to outer zone 2 and see if he can hold it. Nice. Oh. They would add a little bit more aggressive flick right there to outer zone 3. Could have filled that whole zone, but
yeah, see, that's the confidence that I'm talking about from earlier, and I've been repetitive about this, but not being able to kick a lot of angle there shows that you're not as confident as you should be, and that does screw you up from going all the way out to the outside zone 3, and not filling outside zone 3 is going to hurt you definitely outside zone 4. So let's go ahead and see this. I really like the way he did everything here. I liked how he wasn't super on the inside, makes it all the way out to the outside zone 2, but right here, nice flick, but he does it a little earlier. Yeah, he does it a little earlier, plus he doesn't hang the car out as much.
I was anticipating that flick to continue a little bit more.
Yeah,
but it feels like he kind of stopped it mid-flick and said, "All right."
Yeah, man. It's like if I was a spotter, I'd be like, "Oh, just a little bit more."
Hold it a little longer, and then you're right there. Because, like I said, it's all downhill, so your momentum's pushing you already, and then you're coming into a 90-degree turn right there at the end of outer zone 3.
Yeah, and to be able to conquer a turn, a tighter turn, 81 points. It's better than a 61. Yeah,
huge improvement. But like we said, low 80s is kind of that scary
might
point
be the
of not
danger
being
zone.
not being able to make it. So,
but yeah, being able to turn a tighter corner with the drift car, you're gonna have to throw a more angle.
You're right.
That's this is like textbook driving right here at Sugo. It's just at a really, really bigger scale because you're going a lot faster, and these cars are crazy gripped up and higher horsepowers.
Here we go at the line is going to be number 41, Shinichi Uemura. The team, Murano Tire, Uemura, Sangyo, like you said, construction company, right?
Yep.
JZX 100 Chaser. Got a 76 on the first run, so let's see. Right there, initiating at the 3-cone. Coming into outer zone 1. Nice dip for outer zone 1. Pretty good filling that area out. Still a little shallow right there. Oh, coming deep in. Oh my goodness. Taking more than.
Hey, but you know what? He went for it and
flicked it hard and just sent it.
Yeah, and then applause to giving it that go, because that if he would have pulled that off, that would have been super exciting.
Let's see this replay
right
here.
there. That's a nice flick too for initiation, and I think everything looks like it's going well for him through there. Doesn't make it super out to the outside zone 2, but right there, I like how he did throw a lot of angle, but I think he was a little offline. He did. I think if he would have filled outside zone 2 better, then that outside zone 3 would have came out a little bit different.
Okay, it wouldn't have been so extreme and deep into outer zone 3?
Yeah, because that would have been maybe a few tires worth line inside the track, and maybe that would have worked out. That could have been like a super high score, so he definitely went for it.
So he's going to have to roll with the 76 into the standings, and next is going to be Kazuma Toshiharu right here in the Team Kazuma Power Vehicle. JZX 100 Chaser had mechanical issues yesterday with electrical, and then popped in at the start line with a popped intercooler piping. So
he already used his competition timeout.
So he's ready to go. He's going to send it here, and he's going to make this 70
I think,
something else.
He's going to give it his all because he is sitting on a 70. I don't even know if that's safe enough. Make it a 32, but here we go.
There he is coming in at 3-2-1. Nice subtle initiation right there. Could have been more aggressive. Coming to outer zone 1. Filling outer zone 1 right there. See if he can get all the way out to outer zone 2. Poked out there. But real subtle flick in outer zone 3 affecting that area in that zone.
Yeah, like I said, the commitment level, let's say, I'm going to have to turn it into that. I mean, the car being very fluid, definitely he did a good job there, and he wasn't twitchy or anything, but right here, the rate to angle from going straight to the outside zone 1 and the flick from outside zone 2 to 3, like you said, very subtle and very clean and smooth, but at the same time, it's really hard because there's no excitement.
And then, yeah, dipping off the finish line right there. So we have a mount, so that kind of blocked it out for us. So we didn't see that initial drop right there when he fell off. But he finished off. He was good, so it didn't come into become an incomplete.
Yeah, he did make it, and he did go through the finish line. As long as you're straight through the finish line, you should be okay. You cannot be spinning or be in the spinning motion going through the finish line. You could get an incomplete for that. So you have to make sure that you finish off that one turn that you're on, the drift that you're on right at that moment going through the finish line.
Man, I hope our marks are still out there. You know, we spent hard,
Yeah, and you
time
guys,
in this blazing sun.
I know you guys
80
see,
right there.
Oh, there you go.
Definitely
80.
way better. 10 points higher. 80 right there for Kazuma right there.
See, look at that. He got a fairly low score for angle. He did an average job for style, but he got a high line score. So that does help out a lot. So you have to make sure that you're placing your car where it needs to be, where we're asking you to be. So.
But yeah, like you were just talking about, you were about to talk about the
Oh
track.
yeah, so yeah, we're out there all the time. We're fixing the track. We're using chalk. Some of the international tracks won't let us draw hash marks on the box and stuff like that. So
we draw chalk marks and then paint in the grass pretty much just to make sure that these areas can be noticeable for these individuals out here busting their behinds, getting those cones back where they need to be.
Yeah, and the U.S. judges do that too. So pretty much we judge and we talk and we draw.
Color even.
So we're partially artistic.
And here we are right here coming with number 57, Kanta Yanaga right here in the Team Orange Junior. Beautiful job in the outer zone 1. Let's see what he's going to do right here. Outer zone 2. Woo! Nice. Outer zone 3. Beautiful job right there. And that's what I'm talking about. An 87 on his first run in this JZX 100 Chaser that he's bringing out for the first time for Formula Drift Japan. And I have no complaints by that run right there. Beautiful job by the young man. And
I'm not going to say it's perfect, but it's nearly perfect as a style judge. Nice flick, very fluid. And I'm telling you, I mean, he's running the line, and right there, look at that confident flick. Right there, right after that. He was
on it.
He should have been on gas a little bit earlier, but that's pretty much it. That's all I could find is nearly perfect.
I can compliment it all because I'm not a judge. So, and all the people that are listening to me are like, we don't listen to this guy anyway.
Yeah, so what do you, oh, there you go. New points leader.
Boom, 94, and you all were right in there in the 90s. So beautiful job by Yanagai right there on that. So,
Yanaguida. You could just call him Kanta.
Yeah, I know, that's
That's
easier.
his first name. So
like we were talking about with Team Orange Junior, beautiful job. Scored an 87 initially and 94.
definitely a skillful 21-year-old.
Definitely. Especially in a new ride, first competition in this ride. So next is going to be number 408, Shoya Saito in his Car Guy Racing 180SX right here. Powered by a 3.1 liter 2J. Here he
nice
comes,
flick.
initiating, nice flick into two zone. Had a little correction bobble right there. And here he comes into outer zone 2. Another little bobble right there he had, but that outer zone 3 wasn't too bad for him. But he definitely had some wavering going on of
Man, if he didn't have the correction that he made going through outside zone 1 and coming out of outside zone 2, or going into outside zone 2, the wavering, that could have been, for me, a pretty high style score right there. He did waver going from outside zone 1, then boom, right there. It doesn't look, looks unstable. I like how he did that. He did fail outside zone 3, which is a lot harder for a lot of people. So he definitely knew what to do, but he did make different mistakes.
And he had a 61 on his initial first qualifying score, so we'll see if he did a little bit better, but I'm not sure. Too early to tell.
Man, these young guys, I mean, think about it. That's an 18-year-old driving, you know. He just got, I think like within a year, he just got his driver's license.
Yeah, you're
because, I mean, you're able to drive in Japan when you're 18, not when you're 16. So, yeah.
So we're looking at low, mid-70s, so we'll see what they're going to give him. Right there, 72, and there's actually a lot of 72 scores. Good job, guys, out there. Appreciate it. You're making...
Team live stream.
There you go, team
Air
live
high
stream.
five.
Oh, man, there you go.
Air high five, air high five.
The guest judge, team live stream.
There you go. All right, so am I getting fired? I'm getting fired, huh?
No, we're just bumping everybody down. You're going to take my job. I leave, and then the guest...
Oh, then I get to talk, right?
There you go.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Here we go, number 23, Yuji Saito in the Team Next Dream right here in the did the little tire right there, but coming out zone deep into outer zone 2. Real subtle into outer zone 3, but man, I couldn't even talk through outer zone 1 right there. All you heard was that VR38 just ripping by.
Yeah, so that was a pretty sloppy run by Saito. Right here, after he flicks the car, it takes him a good amount of time to get back on gas, and he just kind of punches it and uses all the torque from the VR that he has in there. Dips the tire out, and the transition right here, fairly, I guess, an average transition there. Does miss a little bit of outside zone 3 as well. So I don't know. Not gonna lie, not the cleanest run that I've seen from him yet.
79 right there. So not. He got 84 on his initial run. 79 is not what he wanted for sure. But 84 right now, it's up in the air if that's going to be good enough or not.
Dude, the guys that are watching right now, you guys really know about drifting.
Exactly.
I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. No joke.
So next is number 25, Masataka Kawashima right here. Racing, brand new build, GR Yaris, coming in at 3-2-1, initiating right at the 2, coming in the outer zone 1. Beautiful job in the outer zone 1, amazing. Well, let's see if we can carry this out to the finish with outer zone 2. And oh my goodness, right there, outer zone 3, finish it off, but definitely missed outer zone 4.
But definitely an exciting run.
Like, so much built right there. But hey, this is his first event in this car. This took 4.5 months to build. He drove his A90 Supra at the last event and brought this one.
Man, look at this. Outside zone, then bam. Nice
flick.
Nice flick going, and he fills outside zone 3 fairly well.
Hey.
Oh man, he missed outside zone 4, but that's probably all he missed.
But
so.
To bring this out with an incomplete is pretty, in a way, you know.
I know, right? He's nuts.
Yeah.
I would have been like, okay, let me get an 80.
He's safe here, yeah.
He's like, no, let me get the highest score.
He just came out to, he's like, I'm going to put it all out there. 87, 87. There you go.
God, coming from a 0 to an 87, that is pretty impressive. Yep.
But yeah, definitely having that incomplete, spinning out after dipping that tire from outer zone 1 to 2, put him at the incomplete. But here we are coming up next is going to be number 168, Masayo Minoa in the Heyman TM Lambo JZX100 Chaser. Sun's blazing down on us. Here she is coming in at 3-2-1. Then she's right at the 3 real early coming into outer zone 1 right here. Nice sweep into outer zone 1. Beautiful job. Rolling into outer zone 2 right here. Nice front sweep. But right there, that zone right there. Outer zone 3 has definitely been difficult. Y'all seen it on the live stream. Most definitely. But overall, for outer zone 1 and 2, beautiful job by Masayo.
Yeah, so my personal opinion, but it looks like overall she did a better job on this run than her earlier run.
Yes.
Not super exciting style point of view because of the slower transitions, but she's definitely running a deeper angle and trying to carry the car out to the outside. She does miss some of the outside zone 3 right there, but
I'll definitely give her
a good run. Yeah, good run by.
I'll give her this. There was no. Oh, there you go. 85 from 76 to an 85. Beautiful job by her. But there was no wavering. It had fluidity. It just kind of transitioned smooth. So beautiful job by her. Congratulations on the 85. Huge jump from a 76. So next up at the line is going to be 963 Daichi Mizutani. What's up?
You have to remember that all these guys are almost full throttle from start to end, and that's a lot of commitment. Oh, so I'm just saying everybody's doing great.
With the elevation transition too, that's huge.
Yeah, we're just being really picky, so we have to differentiate the drivers.
And here comes Mizutani, got a 73 on his initial run. Nice initiation into the 2 cones for outer zone 1 right there. Oh, into outer zone 1. Let's see what he's going to do here for outer zone 2 and 3. Ooh. Just skimmed them both and coming in outer zone 4 to the finish. Outer zone 4 was nice, but that skim from 2 to 3, it's like I'm broken record at this point.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and check out the replay again. him getting used to this new car with the 2JZ. It looks like he already likes it because he is using all the power he needs, and he's laying it down onto the track. Misses outside zone 2. Nice transition there, but does leave outside zone 3 a little earlier. So definitely a better job than what he did earlier.
Getting a 73 on his initial qualifying run. But like you said, let's see them points jump higher for him. And this sun is being very unforgiving. You can see right now it's just beating right down on us. Clouds wrapped all around us except right in that area of the
Yeah, I'm getting
sky.
my butt kicked right now by the
There you
sun.
go. 84, huge jump. 73 to an 84 right there. Congratulations.
Okay, this is the real me right now because it's really hot. Like it's really
draining me right now.
It's draining me right now. I need to recharge myself with something.
Here we go right here. Number 5, Tomoki Tanaka.
Yeah, he had an 87 earlier.
He did. So here he goes.
What does he have? Yeah, what does he have?
What's he got left stored for us right here? Initiating right on the 2 cone. Let's see this throttle all the way through from 2 to 3.
Nice job on outside zone 1. Ooh,
Not even letting off throttle the whole time.
man, that's a lot of angle that he kicked at outside zone 2 to 3. Not quick, but I like how he went
Literally-
high angle to high angle. That was very nice.
Literally didn't let go of the throttle till he hit the end of 3, just because you hit that 90 degree and he's trying to transition into that outer zone 4. But here you go. Here's the replay, like you were saying. All in outer zone 1.
Look at this. Look at this. High rate of angle, then not quick, but bam, all the way out. Dragged the e-brake a little bit, but hey, he carries the car out. Definitely a clean run.
Gave a little bit more flair there on his second run. Initial run was an 87, like you were saying earlier, but let's see if this is enough. There
90
you
points.
go.
There you go.
He's in the 90s club. Boom.
I mean, running an angle like that in a track that's getting narrower like that and trying to get back on gas as much as possible, as soon as possible, that's a lot of commitment.
It is.
And running a high rate of angle through the whole track is already something that, I mean, it takes car setup, it takes a lot of, commitment. So good job to Tanaka.
So next is going to be number 73, Ikuo Saito, in his West Auto with Good Pride JZX100 Chaser. Got an 81 on his initial run. Let's see what he has in store right here, coming in at 3-2-1. Nice initiation early into the 3 cone right there. And he's coming early into outer zone 1. Beautiful job. And not too deep right there.
Ooh, good job.
Nice.
Wow.
Background, taking it all right there. Good job. Oh my God. Oh, holding it all the way through. Holding that angle all the way through the finish. Scaring us at the end.
That was a lot exciting.
I thought he was going to lose it right at the end.
Yeah, a lot of exciting. Very similar to what Tanaka just did right now.
I like how you keep saying a lot of exciting.
That's a lot of excitement.
A lot of exciting. A lot, like he said, he's half Japanese.
A lot of exciting.
But beautiful job. Way to finish strong. Way to hold it through to the end and keep us at the edge of our seats. And there you go, 90 from an 81 to a 90. Congratulations to Saito.
I hope you guys see that. The exciting runs and running the outside line and all these guys, look at that. They got really close or they even knocked over these outside zone 1 cones. That means they're like on the verge of going off course or not. And that's really important to impress us. We don't want to see safe runs. That's it.
Not now, not these second runs. I mean, they got to put it all on the line because we don't even know what the safe zone is. They don't even know what the safe zone is. But here we are. Next is number 93, Monkey Ito, and his JZX100 Chaser.
How are my helper judges?
They're pretty spot on right there. They said I had a few 90s, 92, 94, 94. So
Good job, guys. Yeah.
And here he is coming down the lane. So let's see what Ito's going to put in here for initiating kind of 2 cone, coming in outer zone 1. Real early, filling all of outer zone 1. Huge zone to fill right there. Coming into outer zone 2. Beautiful job. That's what I'm talking about. Right now, right here. Hey, those 2 tires, let's keep pushing on to outer zone 4 right here.
Man, if you could have kept it in outside zone 3.
I know.
And a little bit more angle from outside zone 2 to 3.
You're right, but to be that deep into outer zone 3 has been, it's impressive to me just because we haven't seen it all day. Everybody's been so shallow, so, I wouldn't say scared, but not committed to that section.
Oh yeah, I mean, I know that we definitely told the drivers that we don't want to see too many tires off the track, especially outside zone 3 because of all the dirt and, how can I say it, the change in pavement and all this other stuff. But, I mean, that was worth it, you know, so. He did push it really hard, and I think he will be rewarded for
I have a feeling
commitment.
these drivers are listening to us because they're, you know, we're getting hype off of what they're doing and what they're performing and pushing out for these individuals on the live stream.
That's a good thing because I think if you're a driver, because I watched live stream while I was competing as well, obviously you want to see what's going on and you want to see what the other drivers are doing to get a higher score.
Exactly.
So,
They're 86.
86, there you go, fair enough.
We had some low 90 score they were thinking, so I mean definitely moving in the right direction. Was that
but
an
he
83?
did, like you when you dissect these scores, like he did slightly have a lower angle score. And
True.
yes, he wasn't as high rate angle going through the outside zone 2, 3 and stuff like that. So definitely a good job by Ito.
So next is number 99, Kazuya Matsukawa, in his Team Droopy A85 Trano. Got an 83 for his initial run. Let's get him out of the 80s and push him into the 90s right here. Coming into outer 3-2-1. A little late on that slow initiation right there. Dipping 2 tires and taking that bumper right off in outer zone 1. There he is deep in outer zone 2. A little shallow in outer zone 3, and then super shallow in outer zone 4. So
I know.
Off right
yeah,
there.
I do get what he was trying to do. He was trying to give us that flare that, you know, some of these other cars were doing, but it looks like the car is harder to rotate as compared to some of the cars. And right here, it looks like he's 2 tires off outside zone 1, and he does feel outside zone. It might be a tire off in outside zone 2, but right there too, there's a lot of adjustment for him going from 3 to 4. So in my eyes, it was similar, maybe a little bit better than the earlier run. There was a good amount of commitment as well. So
we got mid to low 80s right now. So low 80s is what it's averaging out right now. We'll see here, but you can see the sun. The evening sun is still keeping us warm, keeping the bugs out of our face.
Hey, can you guys do me a favor back home? Wear sunscreen for us.
Oh, I know.
Because
or better yet, just enjoy your AC for us, because I'm drenched. An 82 right there. So that's spot on all these right here.
So the line judge, as you see.
So not what he wanted. He got 83 on his initial score, so he's going to roll with his initial first qualifying score with an 83. Next at the line is going to be number 448, Yoshia Isaki, in his Origin Labo Racing SR-powered S15. 400, a little over 400 horsepower coming out of this car, but through an 81-point run, initiating right after that 3, coming into outer zone 1. Nice subtle entry into outer zone 1, rolling around to outer zone 2. Nice dip into outer zone 2 right there. And, dragging it all the way through outer zone 3 right now, and then rolling into outer zone 4. Beautiful job by Isaki in his, what some would say, low horsepower car, but very impressive in my point. Beautiful driving by the driver himself.
All right, so I'm going to have to say horsepower is nothing but a number because he proved everybody wrong. It looks like there was a lot of excitement in his driving. He did run the outside line, fairly good amount of angle through the track. There you go, takes it out to outside zone 2. And look at that, right on the edge for outside zone 3, maybe even a tire off. But that's something that the line judge would see. But as a style judge, I see it as
boom,
very
90.
clean. Yeah, very clean run.
Part of the 90 Club's awful. Go in from an 81 to a 90. So congratulations, good job to Isaki.
Yeah, look at that, nearly perfect line score.
He hit every zone.
Yeah, he hit every zone.
Complaints.
Yeah, that's
good job.
Ryan Lontaine, you're doing well, and I know it's like 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning.
I think it's like, yeah, maybe later than that actually. So here we are with number 61 up at the line, Kazuki Hayashi. His S15 got an 80 for his initial run.
See, everybody was holding back for their second run because that's definitely something happened between the
Everybody's
first
jumping like 10 points. But that's the thing. That's that strategy. So decent run, get it going on the scoreboard. Here he comes initially a little early in outer zone. Got the free throw coming in outer zone 1. Beautiful job in outer zone 1. Let's see what he does in outer zone 2. And I can't say it enough. Here he comes in outer zone 3. Ooh, dipped a tire right there, but still getting all of outer zone 3 and 4 and taking out that last pylon in outer zone 4 along with those finish line cones.
Yeah, so
He came very aggressive this time. I'll give him that.
yeah, a lot aggressive, but he did have to dip a couple tires, and that might hurt him on the score, but definitely a not bad run by Hayashi. He does fill the outside zone 1, as you see. Driving through with a good amount of angle, fills outside zone 2 fairly well, and right there he does run over the outside zone 3 cone with his rear tire, so that's on the line or maybe even off. That's something Ryan would be looking at as well, but there you go. 88
points right there, jumping from an 80 to an 88, so congratulations. Everybody is pretty much moving in the right direction, which making it even harder for me to try to guess who's going to move on, or not move on, I should say.
Yeah, so the next driver is Andrew Gray. He's a 3-time FD Japan champion, and he's sitting on an 80 right now. And don't get me wrong, I don't even know where the bubble is at right now. So he's probably going to try to up his score, obviously.
Give us some flair. Looking forward to this right here. Once again, congratulations to his family on the newborn.
Shout out to Emily. Congratulations.
Here he is coming out. Going down. Moving in through 2-1. Initiating right at the 3. Cone coming in outer zone 1. Taking all of outer zone 1 out. Coming into outer zone 2 right here.
Fills the zone.
Filling the zones right there, just like he always does. And finishing on strong and laying down that smoke. See this replay.
Yep, so he does his job. Once again, right here, he does fill the zones. Let's go ahead and see this. Nice flick on the initiation right there. Good rate of angle. Gets back on gas fairly early. Knocks over the cone, but looks like it's the back of the car. He does fill the outside zones. Very good. And look at that right there. Barely hits the first cone on the outside zone 3. Fills outside zone 4. Very good job by Andrew Gray.
Just so you know, the fans out there are giving you judges out there props, so
Thank you very much.
they do appreciate it. It's not the easiest job, especially for Robbie. He's doing a little bit of tech stuff, translating, commentating, judging, being annoying. Oh, shoot. Did you hear
I'm
that
good.
part?
Oh, I'm good at that. I could be more annoying.
Keep in mind, y'all, I have to drive at every event with this man and then listen to him in my ear because I have headphones on. So it's like nonstop. It's surprising I don't have dreams about you.
That's
that
kind of
you
creepy.
know of.
91.
There you go, 91. Congratulations, 80 to a 91. Huge jump, impressive run. Good job, Andrew Gray.
Yep. So I know the 90s cars are definitely gonna be in for sure. So right now, all these cars that are sitting on late 70s and early 80s is what I am worried about.
And here we are next. Coming up is going to be number 19, Yuchiyama guy in the perfect style with good ride, S15, beautiful car. I'm not going to lie, I like the color of his car before last year, but you know, I'm not going to complain. The guy was 75, wasn't good enough. I want to see better out of him. Let's see what he's going to do right here. Coming in, nice and straight. There it is right there. So let's see if he's going to get the rest of these zones. That sun is blazing and shining off all these guys' windshield. Nice job in outer zone 3 and outer zone 4, but outer zone 2 definitely kind of struggled.
Yeah, so I would have to say he did a really good job until he made it out to outside zone 2. I love the way he initiated right there. A lot of angle, a lot of throttle, fills the zone, but all the way to here, misses outside zone 2, then he doesn't really throw crazy amount of angle when he does a transition from outside zone 2 to 3. So
And just so you'll know, Fausto hasn't gone yet. I had the question asked. He hasn't gone yet for his second run, so we'll see. But let's see what Yoichi Yamagai is going to get for his score on his second run. Got a 75 initially on his first qualifying run. But let's see if this was good enough to boost him up into a standings for the top 32. Look at that sky. Ah, no complaints.
No
84,
complaints.
there you go. Good job by Amagai with an 84. So, yeah, I just got notified that it's kind of hard to hear us when they come blowing by. So, you know what? We're going to try to talk louder, be more, emphasize what's going on. But, yeah, I can't beat these engines. Most of these engines are beasts running straight pipe. So, there you go. There's Andrew
We have
Gray.
to speak louder.
Yeah,
I don't think I have enough energy.
I mean, at this point, I think my sweat's just getting soaked into my score sheet or my notes. But yeah, look at that beautiful car. You have to see it in person. If you get a chance and we have more of these spectating events, you have to come out, check out his car. I know it's right now they're not allowed to run through the pits, but I think they had one pit session where they can walk through and take pictures. But this car is a beast. It's amazing. It's unreal. And his team did a beautiful job. But here we are for our next qualifying run. Is number 13, Yasuhiro Takaki. You made fun of me like last week saying that. So Takaki, I apologize.
It's Takaki.
It just sounds better. It has better flair with an extra.
Okay,
syllable.
maybe that's.
I'm gonna
start
ask,
doing that.
maybe that'll be his nickname. So here he is, 180 SF coming through. He had turbo issues, but let's see what he's gonna throw down. Look at a nice little flick at the one cone right there. Filling majority of outer zone 1. Coming in outer zone 2. Beautiful job in outer zone 2. Real subtle flick in outer zone 3, trying to drag it all the way through and getting most of the zone, getting the line that he wanted.
Yeah, so I know what he is trying to do, but it's not snappy because maybe the horsepower issue and stuff like that. But okay, initiation by him. He does fill outside zone 1. Leaving outside zone 1, he wavered a little. Fills outside zone 2 good. Does a transition a little too early, I think, going from outside zone 2 to 3. And not a hard flick either, but very subtle, clean run by Takaki.
Did you just make fun of me there?
No.
Takaki.
Oh, no, that was an honest mistake.
Oh. Yes.
No,
I know you made fun of me. So he got an 83 on his initial run. Let's see what these judges are going to give him for his second run with his 2.1 liter SR. 86. So he is moving in the right direction, but let's hope that's enough to get him in the top 32. So next up at the line, ready to go, is going to be number 64. Yoshimi Mori and his Team Mori S15. Like we said, 64 matches his age. This man is I can't praise him enough. Being 64 years old, out here competing with these young bucks, making it happen, and it's blazing hot out too.
Let us know if you know anybody that's older than 64.
Yeah, tell me that. I'm curious if he has AC in his car too. Here he is, initiating at the 3-cone right here, coming into outer zone 1. Beautiful job in the outer zone right there. Real subtle in the outer zone 1. But let's see what he's going to do here in outer zone 2. See if he can connect outer zone 3. Had a little waver there. And then coming into outer zone 4 right there nicely. Yeah, 64. He's 64 years old.
Yeah, so as you can see right there, he initiates and drives through the outside zone 1. Not as deep, but a good enough job, I think, outside zone 2. Right there, or he fills outside zone 2, then the transition, not too much of a flick. Very low confidence in that transition there from 2 to 3. So that's actually going to hurt his style score. But let's see what he is going to get for the line and angle score.
So let's see what they're going to give him, but man, you could see this sun beating down, and trust me, when they put that camera back on us, forgive us how sweaty we are, and there you go, 85, 77 to an 85. Congratulations, Mori, for moving in the right direction into 80s. So we'll see if that's enough to get him through, but man, 64 years old in this blazing heat, I commend you, because I'm sweating really bad. I can't imagine wearing a suit.
and being in that super hot car too. But man, I have to tell you, these guys are just upping their driving, and they're being very conservative for their first runs. Now I don't even know being in the mid 80s is even safe. I'm not sure, but yeah.
So next up is going to be number 18, Tetsuya Ihai, coming out of Okinawa with Artis Okinawa with Nor in this beautiful crown, big body. Initiating right at that 2 cone, coming into outer zone 1. Let's see if he's going to prove it right here and step his game up, coming into outer zone 2. Look at that smoke right there he's throwing down. Kicking it back out, throttled off a little on the outer zone 3. Could have had more commitment coming into there, but I can't complain. 86 is what he got as an initial run, so we'll see if that's enough to boost him up into the 90s or give him the high 80s that he wants.
Yeah, that was probably the opposite way he was going for, because there's a few mistakes that I did catch as I was. Right now, his commitment right there after he made the transition going to outside zone 1 wasn't there, and from here, he had a high rate of angle outside zone 2 going to outside zone 3, but didn't throw as much angle, then he had to fix the angle. By fixing the angle, that kind of messed up his positioning of the car and the way he was throwing the angle to going to the outside zone 4. So something that he probably something that he wasn't planning to do happened maybe. So I would say I liked his first run better.
Yeah, we'll see. 86 is what he got. Hopefully, you know, like you said, you liked his initial run, so I'm not holding my breath too hard on this. 80 right there. So unfortunately, he'll stick with his initial score of an 86. So next coming up is going to be 444 Takatoshi. 444. Takatoshi Imamaida in his Sylvia S14. He got a goose egg, a 0, and definitely has a lot of stress and pressure on him right now. But definitely do this spun out at outer zone 2. Let's see what he's going to do right here. Initiating right here at the 2 cone, coming into outer zone 1. Beautiful job into outer zone 1. But what is he going to do here on the second half of the track? Beautiful job right there. Not too bad in outer zone 3, and here he comes into outer zone 4, finishing super strong right there.
Man, that was a lot of commitment right there. Very good job by Imamaida right now. Coming from a 0 and pulling that off is very impressive.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and look at his replay. Right there, nice flick. A lot of throttle. Fills outside zone 1, keeps that angle, stays on the gas, fills outside zone 2, fills outside zone 3, stays on throttle the whole time. That is very impressive.
So yeah,
a good job by Imamaida.
And if you're just following, the reason why he got a 0 is he came from outer zone 1, dipped his tire in the inside portion where it drops about 3 inches almost, sucked them in, and then it kind of damaged his bumper there, and then he spun out at outer zone 2, which damaged pretty much the rest of his front bumper. So that's what happened to his front bumper if you're curious about it. But definitely a solid run from what he did before to where he's at now. So there you are, 91, with all the pressure on his back to get a goose egg 0 and come out here and throw that down with a 91 is very impressive. And like you said, if you're in the 90s, you're kind of safe at this point.
That was a good job.
Yeah. So next up is going to be number 90, Shinji Minoa. Nobody new to drifting, nobody new to this car, but this car is kind of new to this series from coming in last time. Here he is in his JZ 88 on his initial run, coming down to 3-2-1. Nice early initiation at the 3 cone. Let's see what he's going to do here. If he's going to throttle all the way through from outer zone 2 right there, coming into outer zone 1, coming in outer zone 2. Real subtle on the outer zone 3 right there. Could have been more committed, but hitting that limiter all the way through.
Yeah, I would say the energy is pretty much similar from how he was as a style judge from the first run. It looks like he was trying to tighten up the lines, but at the same time, right here, he leaves early on outside zone 2, and that kind of kills the momentum for the car to go to outside zone 3, and then definitely doesn't fill outside zone 4. So
we'll see here.
Very fluid, but at the same time, I don't think he was as committed as his earlier
run. Yeah, he had an 88 on his earlier run, real committed, but we'll see. if it's going to be enough. 85, definitely not what he wanted, so 88 is what he's going to go ahead and take to see if it'll give him a nice position in the top 32.
Yeah, so this driver is also in his 70s right now, early 70s for a score. So he's definitely going to want to better his second run. Yoshihiko Tamagawa in his everybody's favorite JZA 80, Car Guy Racing. Currently sitting on a 73. Let's see how he is going to take this second run. Nice.
Here he is, coming into outer zone 1. Beautiful, real subtle into outer zone 1, but let's see what he's going to do on this part. Wow, he's deep into outer zone 2. Had a little bobble correction right there to outer zone 3, but man, coming with some, not speed, but momentum in that finish. So here it is, the replay. Coming around to outer zone 1. Look at that, real deep in outer zone 1.
Yeah, and
but
that's
there you
the
go,
part,
right there. He had that
stutter.
stutter.
He had a stutter. He didn't make a good transition from outside zone 2 to 3. There wasn't too much confidence. So, like watching him from the first run and the second run, usually he's like a heavy foot driver that throws a car around, but he's definitely not driving like that this weekend. So I'm not sure if it's like something going on with the car or something.
So here he is. He got a 73, but 87. Nice.
Yeah, he got the angle judge and the line judge gave him a higher
Huge
score.
improvement from
yeah,
before.
yeah. So that's where you want to see what can you tackle to get a higher score. Like let's say if you can't do something exciting, you got to make sure that you run a good line, a high rate of angle.
So next up at the line is going to be number 53, Mitsunori Yoshimura in the Team Mori S15. Got an 82 on his initial run. This 3-2-1. Let's see where he. There he is, right there, early at the 3 cone, coming into outer zone 1 real early. A little shallow, could have been a little deeper, but actually got into outer zone 1. Here he is in outer zone 2. Like he was in outer zone 1. Let's see how deep we get. Oh, outer zone 3 kind of left a little early, but had like a simple run for him. 82 is what he got.
Yeah, and or the way I see it too, I think it's very similar to how he did make his run earlier. So he's probably going for the line score. But like I said, you got to do whatever you can do to pick up whatever scores you can out there on the track. Not a huge flick or at the transition from 2 to 3, but definitely tries to run an outside line. So I would say as a style score, that was probably a very average run, but we will have to see how he does on his line and angle.
So we got high 80 score.
You know what? I actually want to guess. I want to. Oh, 82.
82. So actually,
Hey,
same
got same
score.
Yeah. See, looks the same to everybody, I guess, for the judges too. But I can't join the guessing game, right? Because I do score 1/3 of it.
But that's the thing. That collaboration, like for these individuals out here, you're collaborating 3 judges' scores. It's a 40 point,
that's
30
hard.
point, 30 points. So that's 3 different scores you're gonna have to input, and you're going against collaborating. Here we go right here, coming to the 3 cone, initiating in the outer zone 1 right here. Bob Suanaga got an 82 on his initial run. And then coming back around to outer zone 3 right there. It was pretty shallow in that last portion.
Yeah, very similar. It looks like the car caught a little bit too much. Maybe there was a little more grip than he was expecting when he was doing the transition, but good job at initiation. He does fill the outside zone 1. Definitely going to get a full score there, or something close to that. Nice job at outside zone 2, and right there, very, very lazy transition going into the outside zone 3. So that's almost like, let's say, well, I'm not going to talk about the score and how much score and stuff like that, but definitely not exciting, but he was trying to go for the precise run with a good line score.
Agree. So let's see. 81. So dipped a little. So he had 82 initially. So he'll be keeping his 82 initial score for his initial run.
Yeah, I think he got a fairly low angle score too, because he probably lost a lot of it at outside zone 3.
So here we are. Next is going to be 666. Shuichi Mano in the Chari Boy style with Victor tires. One Via got an 84 on his initial qualifying score or qualifying run. And we'll see what he's going to lay down for us to possibly get him in the 90s, or here he is coming out of the chicane, coming up to the 3-2-1. Nice initiation right at the 3, nice flick. Holding it through, a little shallow in the outer zone 1 right there. Go around, you can see right there, a little shallow coming into, but getting outer zone 3 beautifully right there. And, but maybe taking too much right there off from outer zone 3 into outer zone 4.
He took a chance there, and it didn't work out for him. But he didn't fill the outside zones as well as he should have, I'd say.
Yeah.
But he was going for the high angle score because he was trying to pull a lot of angle. Like, look at right there. A little bit too much angle there, though, going through the finish line. So
we're having a lot of technical questions on this chat right now. But there you go. You got incomplete right there. We are provided all angles of the track so we get a better view of everything. So that's where the judges on hand with Yoichi Mimura and Robbie Nishida, they get to see all the angles and see precisely where these cars are placed in these zones. And it's not off the bird's eye view. Because like I said, the bird's eye view, we could see the finish easily, but anything after the finish, we kind of get a blank from. So this is a huge track. If you ever came here, you'll know. But here we go right here. Our next runner-up is going to be 770 Yusuke Kusaba. Got an 86, driving this beautiful A90 Cusco Supra. Beautiful job in outer zone 1. Nice dip in the outer zone 2. And here he is right there, filling outer zone 3 and dragging it all the way around to outer zone 4. Beautiful job. Got an 86 initially. And I'm feeling kind of confident for him in this score going higher.
Yeah, that wasn't a quick rate to angle, but definitely went really deep, high angle to high angle. Wasn't quick, but like I said, the ending point, there wasn't no wavering, very smooth, very fluid. Watch this right here, high rate of angle, then all the way out, high rate of angle. Not minimal adjustments, very nice and clean run by Kusaba. Looks like he's getting really comfortable in this car finally.
I'm very impressed by the way he's been driving this car. He's been owning up to it. He's been owning the car, and he's been driving the car, not the car driving him.
There you go.
Damn, 91.
I mean, I agree with that score.
Congratulations. So we went from 86 to 91, definitely filling all zones like he wanted to. All right, here we are coming up. It's going to be Kenji Yamada in the 888S15. Got an 89. Here he is. He scored our highest run, our first highest run that we had, which is an 89. Nice split coming in outer zone 2, outer zone 3. Did 2 tires right there. He can hold it through to the end right there.
Yeah, he definitely went for it, but he did end up being a little sloppy towards the end there. Yeah, there you go. I really like his flick. I like his energy. But right here, a little bit too much. Dips 2 tires out outside zone 3. Or 1 to 2 tires.
So here we are.
So I don't know. I don't know if he can better his score that he had earlier. That was the 89.
Yeah, with those tires dipping and everything.
Yeah,
What
but
is it?
I really like his initiation. He's kind of the guy who started the whole quick flick, hard initiation here at Sugo. Seems like.
There they are. Once again, thanks to the crew out there fixing the cones, getting the pylons set up, collecting bumpers, doing all they do. 78, like you said, you weren't sure if it's going to be enough, and definitely it was a huge drop for him from an 89 to a 78, so he'll keep that 89 for his.
Hey, what if you have to average? What if your ending score is like average of the first and second?
That's called math, and that's a lot going on.
I know. But that would suck if you got 100 and a 0.
Oh.
And you get a 50. Yeah, let's not do that. That's a lot of work.
Here we are, last day. Here he is, number 80, Yuko Komatsu right here, coming into the 2-0. Is he going to hold it all the way through the outer zone 1 right here? Here he is, bring it down, outer zone 2. Keeping it through to outer zone 3. Good job on outer zone 3. And holding that angle all the way through to the finish. 86 was his initial run.
That was a very ballsy move by Komatsu. The car wasn't as stable through outside zone 1, but let's go ahead and check this out right here. Nice flick, and he had to do a little bit of adjustment for the car to be steady going through outside zone 1. But after that right here, on throttle, not a high rate of angle, but right there, boom. Throwing a lot of angle at outside zone 3. Definitely a cool, nice flick that he did. But I would have to look at the adjustment that he did at outside zone 1 area. So.
Oh man, I hear that rowdiness coming. I'm excited.
Is this
for
where
it.
we have to turn up our volume and speak louder, or you don't want to hear us?
Bam, 86, same as his initial score. So hopefully this is going to be enough for Komatsu to go ahead and make it to the top 32. He was sitting at the number 10 standings right now, so we got 9 more cars to go. And this is a fan favorite coming up, 555, 555, Yukio Fausto, Sidex Japan with sideways experience, S15.
Go Brazil.
Go Brazil. He did a 75-point run for his initial qualifying run, and I know he has a lot more in the bag than that. I mean, I've seen this man run, and he likes to throw a lot of smoke and throw a lot of angles. So let's see what he's going to put down. Let's see if he can do something nice.
See where the excitement is going to come from.
Here he is coming in 3-2-1. Nice initiation in a 2 right here. Entering into this outer zone. Just grazing outer zone 1 right there. Coming into outer zone 2. Little graze of outer zone 2. Hold it all the way through to outer zone 3. Oh! A correction we didn't want to see right there, but I know yesterday he was saying he had some issues with the vehicle, so I don't know if that's playing a part in the way he's throwing down, but I mean, he's still throwing the tremendous amount of smoke that he always does. So
yeah, the flick is very nice here. Initiation, a lot of angle, but it doesn't look like he reaches outside zone 1 all the way, but look at that angle. Doesn't go all the way out to outside zone 2, but right there, had to pull the e-brake, extend it, and boom, there's an adjustment right there going from outside zone 3 to 4. That is going to hurt his style score.
I know he has a lot of fans out there, and he loves and appreciates every one of you. So that's what he says every time I talk to him. He's like, hey, make sure my fans know I appreciate them, show them, give them some love, show them a shout out. And there you are, the Brazilian flags. Keep pushing them through. I know he's going to watch this later, and he'll see all of it. So let's see what the score is for Yukio Fausto on his final qualifying run. 81, so it is moving in the right direction, but is that low 80 score going to be safe?
Yeah, is that going to be safe or not? We don't even know.
Yeah, definitely going to keep him on the edge of his seat till the end.
Yeah.
So here we are. Next is going to be number 33, Junya Ishikawa. He got second place at Ebisu. He actually made contact with Yamashita. damaged his car, got his car fixed. I mean, granted, we had 9 weeks off. A nice little vacation. Here he is coming through the chicane.
He hit a cone, but
Here he is coming at 3, 2, 1. Initiating real early, hard flick, coming into outer zone 1. Woo! Right on that fine edge of outer zone 1 right there, into outer zone 2, and he is coming with some business. Woo! Bringing it on! Hold it to the end. That's the second one right there today.
Man, I mean, I was about to say, what are you doing? I was thinking in my head right now, I was like, man, that must be today's perfect style score, because he did pretty much everything I wanted.
Hard flick, look at that.
Hard flick right there, high rate of angle, a lot of throttle going on through outside zone 1, making it all the way out to outside zone 2, and look at that flick.
Outer zone 3
nice.
filled.
And all the way out, and man, I'm mad for him. I'm really mad for him right now.
That was a beautiful run. That was high 90s, easily.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, that would have been very close to a 100-point run right there. Oh my God.
Hey, he woke me up though. I'll give you that. I mean, this sun's kind of beating down on me and it's waking me up, but that was awesome.
Man.
So he'll be holding on to that 83-point score he got, and man, rough to see that awesome of a run.
Yeah, and just an explanation, you're supposed to be drifting through and you have to stop your drift, not from a spin or a half spin. So if you're spinning through the finish line, that's going to give you an incomplete. But man, that's such a waste. I'm actually mad right now.
Yeah, that was a rough one. That's a tough pill to swallow for him, but he's going to have to take that 83 and hope for the best. And next up is at the line is going to be number 17, Gianfortino, in a good ride team operation, Project U. S15, here he is, initiating at the 3 cone, coming into the outer zone. Let's see how much throttle he's going to throw down for us. He's been spotting all day long and all day yesterday. Here he is, placing his car where he wants it to be. Here he is for the outside zone. Just to graze the outer zone 3 right there. Definitely a difficult part. Got an 80 for his initial run. Let's see if this is going to give him a little bit more.
Yeah, that was definitely a better run than the first run, but I'm going to have to point out a couple of parts during this run right here. After the outside zone 1, a little bit of slight waiver there from outside zone 1 to 2. Does a good job there too, but after here, right there, have to gain angle after he does his transition, and obviously we want the car to be, it's like bam, bam, from one side to the other. So having to adjust your angle definitely isn't going to be a higher style score, but I would have to say that it's not too bad either. So it really depends on how very smooth. So definitely going to have to see what the other judges have to say with the line and the angle part of the score.
So let's see what the judges have. He got an 80 on his initial score, or initial run, qualifying run, so.
And man, I think everybody's studying, getting it, upping something, because everybody is just turning it up, like second run.
It's because the sun's out. Sun's out, guns out, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that makes any sense for what we're trying to do here, but sounded cool. So, good
Sun's
job,
out, guns
80.
out, buns out. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's later. That's later.
Sorry about that.
So, good job moving on in the right direction. Here we are with number 808, Manabu Fujinaka, here in this TCP Magic Good Ride RX-7 3-rotor. Been driving this, what do you say, 11 years or so?
Yeah, he's definitely familiar with this car. Not the chassis, this car.
Yes, this car itself. So he got an 83 on his initial run, but here he is coming into the 3-2-1. Nice early initiation into outer zone 1. And I'll let that engine do all the talking for me right there. Coming into outer zone 2. Beautiful job in outer zone 2. Could have been a little deeper in outer zone 3, but not bad at all. And carrying it all the way through to the finish.
Yeah, style portion of it, definitely have to say that his first run was probably a little bit more exciting. This was a little bit more conservative in my eyes, so very fluid but very conservative. There you go. He does make it out to some of the outside zones and stuff, but the flick wasn't super hard. Clean run, very clean run, but I think it's just that we've been seeing a lot of exciting runs versus the clean runs, because a lot of the guys did, the very subtle clean runs on their first runs, and they just upped it, started going crazy. Because I mean, look at how many cars that knocked over the outside zone 1 cones. Earlier, nobody touched them, and now everybody's getting closer and closer to the edge of the track.
But they're running the full sweep of outer zone 1. That outer zone 1 is like, it's huge. So they're carrying that long sweep through outer zone 1 too.
It is. We set up the track and we know. 83.
Got an 83. Same score as before.
Yeah. But I mean, we set up the track so we know it's very, very far from the first cone to the second cone. So it is a long stretch.
But that's where they're just going to throttle all the way through it and then stay on throttle all the way down to outer zone 3. So definitely like the setup. But here we are. Coming up next is number 38, Fukada Tadahiro here in his Tanabe SSR Team Dunlop with Weld JZX 100 Mark II. Here he is initiating at cone 3, coming into outer zone 1 real early in outer zone 1, getting a nice grip of outer zone 1. But let's see what he has got in store right here for outer zone 3. Real hesitant, not sure if he's going to flick or not there in outer zone 3, and played it safe, but consistent.
Yeah, so the same thing right now we just saw from Harino too, but definitely similar. He ran the similar line, and he also ran the similar style judgment of the car. So he might have upped a few points in line and angle and stuff like that, but right there, the rate of angle going from outside zone 2 to 3 is kind of low and low energy. So really hard to say if he's going to get a higher score or lower score than his earlier run.
I'm a fan favorite of him because he always approaches me and he attempts to speak English or some sort of English to me.
Hey, definitely, like, he's kind of like a big teddy bear kind of, Yeah, character for
He's a
the
character.
team.
I love him when he gets interviewed. You guys saw it at Ebisu. He's a very, there he is, 87, moving in the right direction. But I wouldn't say he's a clown, but he is kind of like a clown. He's a good guy. I like him.
I just forgot what I was going to say. Oh, and he also joined FD Japan from day one.
Yes, he's the OG.
So he's actually the only driver that started to drive the beginning of the series all the way till now.
So let's move on to the next driver, number 36, Kazumi Takahashi. Like we talked about earlier, he was in the E92 BMW, but now he's got this new Mark II that he brought out. Beautiful build, 950 horsepower, and it only weighs like 1,100 kilos. So super light car. Here he is initiating early in the 3-cone. Nice job sweeping in the outer zone 1. Ooh, holding that angle. Let's see, look at that flick coming in. Ooh, but he held it back a little right there.
Yeah, he is moving in the right direction with this car, but I do like the flick, but he did have to make an adjustment to extend the car, and it doesn't look like he was able to fill the outside zone 3. But that's besides the point. Let's go ahead and check out the replay. Right there, nice flick, high rate of angle. Starts to fill outside zone 1 from towards the end, and a lot of angle there, then boom, nice flick. But it looks like he does do a transition a little bit too early, which made him have to stretch the car out to the outside zone 3.
So let's see what score. So he got an 84 on his initial score. Let's see what he's going to get from the judges. There you go, a 90. He's in the 90s club. Congratulations to Takahashi. So yeah, for the bracket breakout, it's going to be on the Instagram, right? They'll probably post it.
Yeah, I believe so. It's either going to be on the Formula Drift Japan Facebook page, or it's going to be on their Instagram. So if you haven't followed them, go ahead and give them a follow as well. They do post some pictures and cool pictures of different types of cars that you're not familiar with.
And here we are right here, Hibino coming in with this sick S15. Nice initiation right here, 4-rotor, twin turbo. Doing all the talking for me through outer zone 1, coming into outer zone 2 right here. Look at all that smoke he's pumping out. Beautiful job right there. Threw a 91-point score initially for his first qualifying run, and that right there, must I say more?
All right, there's a slight, I'm going to be picky, but this was a really, really, really good run. Let's go ahead and check this out. Burn some rubber right there. Boom. Nice initiation. High rate of angle. Getting back on gas right away. Look at this. A lot of angle. Feels outside zone 2. Flicks it really hard. Feels outside zone 3. On gas. Definitely one of the best runs in my eyes.
So were you saying there was the issue because he touched a pylon?
No, that does not.
No, that was an awesome job. Congratulations on that run. You got a 91, and I'm feeling it's going to be a little bit more than that on this one.
That was a lot of angle.
It was.
That was a lot.
What is it? Our leader right now is what, a 94, I believe. Oh, look at the anticipation. They're waiting on it. They're waiting on it. The drum roll.
Yep, that's the team right there. Liberty Walk is waiting for the score.
And he's taking the first qualifying in, what is it, Suzuka Twins. So let's see. 95! Boom, right there.
That was well-deserved 95 because it was good.
It was.
It was exciting to see. Did you guys get that right? Did a lot of people get that right? Because
they were in the 90s for sure.
Like
mid-90s.
I know it wasn't 100, but it was very high. I knew that for sure.
Beautiful job. Congratulations.
So is he leading
He
now?
is leading now. 94 was, what is it? Team Orange.
Oh, Yanaguida.
Yeah.
Kanta Yanaguida.
Kanta.
The 21-year-old.
Yes. So, but hey, let's not hold our breath here. This is the champ right here coming up. It's going to be number 8, Koichi Yamashita. You know, don't give up on him because he pulls it out left field for everybody. So here he is in the JZX 100 Mark II. A goddamn jet Ebisu. He had 9 weeks to get it fixed. They did an amazing job. Protected, looked at it, amazing. Let's see what he's going to do for us for his qualifying. His initial qualifying run was a 74, but here he is coming in a 3-2-1. Early initiation right there. Coming into outer zone 1. There he is, right there on that fine edge of outer zone 1. Ooh, tipped a little bit. Let's see if that's going to might have affected him right there for outer zones 2 or 3.
Yeah, he had to drag on the e-brake a lot on outside zone 3 for it to work. I'm going to have to say that maybe the car is gripped up a little bit where it's not letting the car float out to the outside zone in 2 and 3. So there was quickness to it, but at the same time, it's not driving the car out to where it's supposed to go to fill the zone. So let's go ahead and check out the replay one more time.
And yeah, I saw coming out of outer zone 1, he kind of got caught up on the inside lip right there. So we'll see right here. Came in
fairly good
real
job on
sharp.
outside zone 1. Yeah, then
There
he
you
does
go.
go on the inside, then boom, doesn't make it out to outside zone 2 as well. And right there, leaves outside zone 3 a little early and has to drag the e-brake to keep the car floating out there.
So got a 74 on his first qualifying run. This is our last run for qualifying of the day. So we'll have to see.
Man, I'm sorry, it's not. There's nothing against drifting or anything, but this sun is super hot.
I mean, this is the hottest part of the day, they say. 85, so 74 to an 85, not bad. But like Robbie was saying before, check out the Instagram, check out Formula Drift Japan's Facebook page. They're going to be posting up the brackets, the trees, and all that, so you can see it. There you go. Look at the celebration by the Liberty Walk team.
Hey, so this is the second round that they got. The first round in Suzuka, Hibino got a first place qualify. And right here at Sugo, he's doing, there you go, they're doing the celebrity celebration dance over there. So they did qualify first. Great job to the driver and the team.
An amazing job. The car's beautiful. The car's loud. It's here to, it's here to play. But let's see what he's going to have to do tomorrow in the tandem round. But like you were saying, check out those social media pages to get the bracket layout. And then also tomorrow, I know we're kind of cutting into it early, but tomorrow we're going to be live again for Top 32 and Top 16. We were live twice today. If you missed out on FDJ2, go check it out on the YouTube channel. You can check that out. You can mute us and check out the driving for the up-and-coming FDJ drivers.
So you
can
guys
see the sun.
Yeah, the sun. It's like we're just getting blasted by the sun right now. But we got to see some exciting driving, and I was happy because a lot of drivers just started to turn it up a lot more from their first run to second run. Very, very exciting qualify that we just had, and a lot of high scores that popped in. I don't even know that we've had this many 90s in the previous rounds. I think this might be the highest, or I think it started to happen in the States where a lot of the cars are starting to become more normal to be in the 90s, and I think it's kind of the wave is coming to Japan, and now everybody's kind of learning how to be judged and how to drive these tracks and how they want us to see them. So they're definitely doing the right things. A lot of exciting driving, and I'm pretty sure that you guys who are joining us out there agree with what happened today. A lot of fun stuff going on and a lot of great skills.
But the biggest thing is hopefully they could carry this forward to the tandem battles, because that's what we want to see. The head-to-head, we're going to see that danger zone. We're going to talk about it a lot tomorrow. But till then, we appreciate y'all out there for staying up late, staying up crazy hours of the night, and listening to us. Yes,
yeah,
thank you
very much. Thank you so much. And don't forget to join us tomorrow for the tandems, and see you later.
Peace.
Ace ガード7だ。
滑りやすい凍った道でもちゃんと曲がる、ちゃんと止まる、高い安全性能を発揮。
アイスカード7にしよう。7やる。横浜やる。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。